Well, yeah, last session ended with the guys, well, leaving the Bled base and coming on back. And then, well, we'll pick up this session with At coming back, presumably getting in, like, some kind of short nap. And then, under cover of night, heading out with Joel outside of the city. Thankfully, getting out or in a Mordheim isn't that hard. People, like, set up rope ladders and all that kind of thing along the edges of the walls. And the reason they have rope ladders is because there is a big fucking tree that is just kind of hanging out at the gatehouse, so nobody wants to go out that way as it kills people. But yeah, getting out is go over the face of the wall, walk along it until you find a rope, and climb on down, and then Joel leads you along outside of the city for a bit.
Alright, so what kind of... this is me talking to Joel.
Yeah.
What kind of wildlife do they have out here in Mordheim? I've never really gone hunting before.
All sorts. Mostly the usual, boars, deers, that kind of thing, but also, well, as with anywhere, there's the occasional stranger things.
Alright, well, let's keep our fingers crossed. Alright, so you and Crystal spot them, I'll shoot them. How's that sound?
That works.
Alright, I get my heavy... Oh, alright, I get my heavy crossbow ready, all loaded and everything, so...
The funniest part about that is I forgot that, like, the first couple comments at the absolute top get covered up by the fucking Mordheim logo, so nobody can even fucking read that.
Hey, that will come out eventually.
So, let me see what... Alright, so she's got a 15 perception.
Yeah. Roll a stealth.
Stealth. Oh, me? Alright.
Yeah.
Okay.
And roll for Crystal as well.
For who?
Crystal, your dragon.
Alright.
Dragon baby. So, yeah, which is a thing that I think happened between sessions. We realized, oh, she should have gotten a gift for helping out one of Nurgle's guys during the Boule thing. So she got a very tiny dragon familiar, essentially. Yeah, it helps fight.
Alright, and...
Joel gets an natural too.
Dexterity... So I just rolled D20 and...
D20, you get under 14.
Alright. What'd she get? Alright.
That's succeeded. Yeah, you guys succeeded pretty well. Get my plan thing. Yeah. So I need to... Yeah, so you guys go around, kind of moving through the forest for a while. It's reasonably quiet, considering it is late at night, although you get the occasional shuffling around of presumably the nighttime predators and all that. And then after a while, you kind of push the way through the trees, and she'll lead you out into this semi-clearing. You're over here.
Alrighty.
And you can see kind of ahead of you, down a bit of a drop, like in the middle of this, is two like fairly large, but not beyond the normal boards. It's kind of they're like locked together, seemingly in some kind of like argument, essentially.
Alright.
Up to the edge.
So, you're the hunter here. How do you think we should take him down?
Well, if we wait a bit, one will win, and then the other one will leave. Probably that's the first hunter to stick on the one at a time.
Alright. I suppose we wait until that happens then.
Yeah, so you see these two balls kind of lock together and like start hitting tusks into each other, kind of scratching at each other. But you would notice, like animals tend to do, they're not really causing any actual damage to each other, just more showing off and all that kind of thing. After a while, one does start to like back up and starts to move off.
Alright, well I guess that's my cue.
As we're doing that, roll a perception.
Perception. Okay.
Great success, well done. Yes, as you're there, like getting out your bow, and getting ready, you just something weird moving through the trees.
Oh shit!
Which looks like a weird cross between like a chicken and a dragon.
Where is this?
Just down, seemingly creeping through the trees, moving towards the ball.
This is called fucking run. He's brought out the fucking monster that can insta-kill you.
You see it kind of moving in through the bushes, towards this ball that is standing there looking quite proud of itself.
I kind of whisper, shit, Joel, what the fuck is that chicken-looking thing?
Yeah, you point out to me, he looks over. That'd be a cockatrice. Don't get too close to it. It can turn you to stone with a bite. Quite valuable, though.
Okay. How many shots would it take to take one down?
If you're good, one, but no. They're reasonably tough, so probably take a few. You have a good position here. You can either hit it now or wait for it to hit the ball. Maybe you'll weaken it a bit. Do you?
I think we should wait for it to get a bit of a better shot. Between the trees right now.
Let me see if it successfully sneaks up on the boar. The boar gets a nat 1, which in this case is very good. So you see it, like the cockroach starts like creeping up through the trees, and then you hear like a slight crunch as presumably it steps on something, and the boar looks over to it. And how smart is this boar? Not very. It's gonna. And that is a fail. The cockatrice will get a bite on it, which does hit. Yeah. So you guys watch as this boar runs cockatrice, is then kind of like steps up, pecks it the once in the forehead, and then the entire thing just like freezes and seems to turn into rock.
Alright, I think that's our cue.
Yeah.
Alright.
No, you don't belong here. Yeah, you would have a sneak attack. Would have some light cover, but yeah, that would still hit. Bonk. Yeah, so it's kind of, as you see that happen, you pull the trigger and fire off that. It kind of zips through the tree, hits into the thing's side, and it kind of emits this weird, like a squawk, like a chicken or a turkey, but really like deep and bassy. It's a very weird sound. And then we can get initiative.
Okay. Let me...
That's a +0 dex.
Oh, boy.
+2, actually.
Oh, hey, look at that.
I was looking at the crocodile as a +2 dex.
Oh.
George, not go well. And Crystal did not roll well either. So as this bolt hits into it, it turns and looks towards you.
So, to summarize for all of you in chat, they are potentially in combat right now with something that can insta-kill. This is a cockatrice, which can petrify you.
And as it gets closer, like, this thing is a lot bigger than it looked. Like, from the distance, you're like, oh, it's about the size of a chicken or a turkey. But as you get closer, this thing is like, well, it's taller than you now. It's probably about as tall as you were before you got miniaturized. This thing's about 6 foot high. Which is surprisingly huge. As it comes running up at you, what do you do?
Would it take an action to take out my pistol and shoot it? Or would it take an action to take out my pistol?
No, you could just drop the crossbow, take out the gun, and shoot it.
Yes, that is exactly.
So it would have a bonus to AC, and if you miss, you could shoot Crystal in the back of the head.
Okay, well then I'm just going to, like, strike it with my short sword, I guess. I don't really have much of a better option.
Definitely give it a whomp.
Alright, let's do this!
11 does not hit. It's kind of like you like swinging the sword, and you like swinging there, like trying to like keep your distance from the beak. So you swing in, it kind of just skitters lightly across the scales on its back.
Alright. I'm assuming she's going to fly up so this thing doesn't fucking bite her.
If she flies up, it would get an attack opportunity.
Alright, well then can we just... I think this is a valid moment to use the breath.
Right, you want to use the breath rather than the 3 melee attacks?
Let's see.
It can either do a bite or 2 claws. Yeah, it's only 2 hit dice.
Okay,
yeah, it could do a bite, 2 claws, or it could do a breath.
Let's go with, would it be able to get an attack on it if it did bite and 2 claws?
It could either do a bite or it could do 2 claws. Actually,
oh, gotcha.
The bite, D6.
Alright. Let's go with the Star Dragon Breath then.
Yeah, so you see Crystal, which is this like for a dragon, it's like probably like about the size of like a large Labrador or something. It's like a larger dog size. It's like luminescent, like purplish, kind of like night sky colored dragon. It's kind of rears back, and he sees like white light build up in its chest and fire out of its mouth, and this just like white hot fire just sprays out. It could aim to not hit you fairly easily, and it needs a luck dex. That is a 19, so that fails. It'll take the full damage.
Alright, so 7.
Damage. Yes, it breathes out this jet of just white hot fire as he washes over the thing, and it does not seem to be having a fun time from that. It is staggering.
Any vulnerability to fire whatsoever, or just usual?
Not many creatures in low fantasy have like vulnerability or resistances. Yeah, you have scales, but fire is still going to burn like fuck. Yeah, pretty much.
Except for a crystal, ironically, she does have resistance to it.
Yeah, but that's because she breathes fire.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
alright.
There's not a lot of creatures. They tend to be either completely immune or take full damage. There's not much that do the in-between.
Alright, it's Joel's turn. Please don't get bitten, Joel.
Yeah. Seeing as you guys are coming in to join to punch it, he's going to move in to punch it as well.
Alright.
So yeah, you can roll its attacks if you want.
Alright.
D20 plus 3, your outnumber it's a plus 4.
So, D4 you said, plus 4?
D20 plus 4. This is an attack.
$21.
Roll a D3 plus 2 for his damage. And then he can do an offhand attack, which is the same. He does not have disadvantage. I've been forgetting that.
1d3 plus 4, you said?
Yes. D3 plus 2.
Oh,
that was
2.
3 damage.
Okay, so 3. Okay.
The thing is looking very hurt. I'll tell you, it's on 2 hit points, as he does get an offhand attack, which is not at disadvantage. We've been doing that wrong, because he is just punchy.
And it's down.
No, you have to roll a hit again.
Oh, no, that's right.
No, you're lucky that one was on a D3, because I thought you just fucking fumbled and got Joel killed. 1d20 plus 4 again.
Yeah.
My bad.
14, that hits. That's just kind of Alex, like, the blade kind of skitters off of it. It's run up there, this bolt in its side. It got washed over, and this just like jet of white fire. The bolt is fucked. The bolt is gone, and so like looking like it's kind of having to pick between, okay, do I bite them or do I run away? But then Joel comes around and kind of grabs it by the neck and just punches it in the head, and it's like the head just splatters.
Well, that certainly wasn't what I was expecting when we came on this hunting trip.
No, you don't get cockroaches showing up all the time. Well, Well, at least it's fun. Valuable hide, at least. Meat is kind of shit.
You think we could sell that boar as a statue?
He kind of looks at it and is like, I mean, it's a boar statue. I don't think we're going to be lugging it around.
Yeah, probably right.
So, after that, do you want to keep going? Or do you want to just take this back?
I think I've got one more in me.
Yeah, he kind of like picks it up and wraps it up, ties it up around, slings it up, and you guys keep on going.
Yeah. I, of course, reload my crossbow in between.
Yeah. As you're going around, I don't think you have wilderness law. Just roll a. I can see quite a few things left. Yeah, so dex or perception.
I'm gonna go with perception. Yeah. Oh.
Right.
Joel?
I'll roll with Joel.
Alright. What am I? Alright, I'll just roll 1d20 then.
Yeah, you can roll for him. You can roll with perception as well.
Alright, 1 minute. Lord almighty, how did I... what?
Base D20.
I know, but I somehow screwed this and I... Oh, Lord. Hold on. Technical difficulties. With the... Hold on. Okay. No. I'm sorry. Okay. There.
He succeeds. Thankfully. Okay, so you guys go around and you continue hunting around, and thankfully the rest of your time out there is fairly uneventful. You find God, what is the word for it? Like a rabbit den. I think it has a fancy name, but I'm completely blanking on it. So you've got a little hole in the ground that the bunnies live in. Yeah, and you can get them out there until it catches a couple. You bolt one. So, yeah, you guys go out and you have a fairly pleasant late night hunting trip. And you.
Alrighty. Yeah. So obviously we're going to take
nearly becoming a statue.
Well, we're going to take this cockatrice to Skitry, and we're just going to be like, "Hey, we got a cockatrice hide."
Yeah. Do you wake up Skitry, or are you waiting for the morning to do that?
Morning, obviously.
Yeah. You guys came back with all of your stuff. You're kind of cutting them up, skinning them, all of that, separating out the meat and all that. Yeah.
And I'm going to attempt to cook it for our breakfast. Yeah. Do I need to roll anything for that?
Yeah.
For eating it.
Nobody is.
The thing is always what stat is cooking based off of?
I have no idea. I can see an
argument for dex, intelligence, perception. Somebody I know says they run it on.
Nothing. It's based on absolutely nothing. All is void.
I'd say since you're best, just roll a dex check.
Alright.
Yeah, I'd say int or dex makes sense, but you can just kind of pick which one. Yeah, so after you guys get back, Alex spends a bit in the morning kind of making up some nice roasted meats and all that for the morning. Yeah. So everybody would wake up to the smell of some a fairly rare smell in Mordheim, some cooking meat that isn't human flesh after a fire spell. So she didn't do amazingly well, but anything would taste good at this point. It's just some nice fresh cooked meat. So you'll have a pretty nice breakfast.
And of course I just kind of I go up to Skitry and I just kind of plop the cockatrice hide on the table. And I'm like, we found a cockatrice.
She kind of like looks at it, kind of moves around. I can make some decent. Like looking at the size of it, it's like I can make some decent light armor after this.
All right. It's all yours.
Thank you. I'll get on that.
Oh, and we also found some rabbits. Kind of plop their hides on the table as well. Probably not as useful, but you know, maybe a hat. I don't know. I don't know these things.
Sure, I can make you a hat.
I don't know. Might make some gold.
So like for that stuff, let's say you could have some light armor for free, but you already have some.
Yeah, I'd probably try to pawn it off, to be perfectly honest. Or I'd just let Skitry have it and let her sell it.
Yeah, so
Use it for equipment.
Like, represent her like making some shit up, which kind of like save stuff later on.
Yeah,
so you can add how much is a light armor? So you can add 10 gold.
Yeah, alright. 10 gold, alright. That's fair mange. 10 gold and a nice breakfast. And I'm immediately going to pay 6 of that gold back to Mange because I don't want to be in debt to him. So I've got 4 gold.
It's a wise decision.
Ah, boy. All right.
So I
how much have I gotten back finally?
6.
Because
gold.
You only paid me 6. I used my 20 and you gave me the extra 6, so I'm giving you the 6 back. I kind of slap it down here on the table like, here's your 6 back. Thanks for lending it to me.
Mange grabs it and immediately throws it in a sack. It is a shiny. He does not want to lose the shiny in the brief moment between him seeing the shiny and it being in his bag.
Also, how do you like my new familiar? And then just this sparkling baby dragon comes out.
Mange looks at it and is like, "It's pretty. It's shiny."
It is quite shiny.
Thank you for that follow. Just another guy named Harry who would be very much out of place in Mordheim.
Does it breathe fire too? Like, is it like just a whole dragon but small?
Yeah, it's a mini baby dragon.
As you say, like, does it breathe fire? It kind of looks up and this like small little like white jet of fire comes out of its mouth. It's like,
neat.
Impressed whistle.
Now burn down mansion. All shinies here.
Oh, don't worry, she's trained. I kind of like give her a little stroke across her neck, kind of like, good girl.
It's like, yeah, over the next few days, you guys would kind of get used to having Kustaran. She does kind of behave like a dog, but an abnormally smart dog. Like, she can clearly understand what you're saying. Because she has 8 intelligence. She's only a tiny bit not as smart as Alex, because Alex has 9. Yeah.
What are you trying to say here?
As a comparison, she's only one lower, so she's fairly smart. So she's like almost in basically human level intelligence, but still kind of behaves like a dog. Like follows you around, cuddles at your feet, all that kind of stuff.
Scaly pupper.
That's adorable.
Yeah,
that's adorable.
The scaly smart.
I will protect this puppy with my life.
Yeah, well, I had technical difficulties. Did you guys go over what you all did for your downtimes?
Yep.
Oh yeah, this happened.
Yeah, I believe I had just general odd jobs. I rolled the gold for that actually.
If you haven't rolled for it yet, then yeah, you can roll for your money.
Oh, and I almost forgot. I gotta take off this land shark meat because I'm assuming I also cooked that up for breakfast. Yeah. So we got some of that. And it was a prime cut, too. That's not much saying much since it's a land shark, but you know.
Yeah, same with the hunting and all of that. Everybody can effectively go up one level in their downtime lifestyle. So whatever
Nice.
you pick for your lifestyle, you can bounce up one. So if that would give you any kind of buff or anything, you can have that for the session.
Real quick, what would I be rolling for the money, or just be for my class's money, right?
No, in the downtime, it is a D8. D8 per level, so it's 2D8. And that is how many gold pieces you get. Four gold. Not a lot of work to be found. And yeah, so what is everybody else doing? Alex is
So-
improving relations with Joel.
Mange during downtime wound up improving relationships with. He attempted to improve relationships at a disadvantage with both Skit Scratch and with Visha, who is the leader of the Blood. And he succeeded with Visha and didn't succeed with Skit Scratch. He could have succeeded with Skit Scratch if I didn't fucking re-roll it. God damn it. But yeah, that's what's up. So we learned a bit more about Visha and her tactics and everything, as they had like a discussion about how best to kill things.
Yeah. As for Solomon, he went on a warpstone hunt with Kark, and we will find out how well that goes here in a bit. Because I had a
By the
Kark
way, Zach, one thing I need to mention before I forget, because I'm prone to it. So Sponge Cake has given you 1 debuff to use at your will whenever once we get into combat. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw.
Alright.
Just messaged me on Discord to make sure I knew.
Oh boy.
Everybody
And
else
he
makes
is
sure
going
I
for
know.
redundancy. Alright.
Thanks a lot.
Hey, your combat is over. I'm about to go into combat here.
Oh boy.
You might
Yeah,
also
so
just
Solomon
say
and Kark have kind of headed out for like the days every now and then, kind of going around seeing if they can find any of the telltale sign of Warpstone. And then one day as you're going around with Kark, you'd hear this like hissing, skittering sound, like the sound of like small animals seemingly like fighting or something. And as you would come up, since it's like the first real sound you've heard in a while, you would find I'd just say like a weird scene. As I'll bring you over. So you come like round the corner looking at this to see several very large, probably like approaching like the size of like a dog or like maybe like a wolf, somewhere between like a large dog and a small wolf. There's just these massive rats kind of like in a circle, and there's one in the middle which is stood on top of these like 2 chunks of weird stone. It's kind of hissing and growling at all the rest of them, seemingly in a back off this is my shit kind of gesture. Probably reminds you of Mange.
Mange's nude cousins.
It's just like hissing and growling at the other, very like puffed up.
we're
For
killing
some
Alex here.
important context for everyone in chat, the Skaven literally eat rats. So, is it
Skaven eat
cannibalism?
literally
No.
anything they can get. The Skaven will
But
eat
yes,
rats.
this is 1,000% what Mange would do.
Yep.
On top of his shine, he's like hissing at everything nearby. So yeah. Well, what do you do? This thing can't be just there, like smiling at it.
Let me guess, you wanna fight?
Always.
Shall I stink about them?
Big ass rats, you just hit him with a hammer, right?
Yep.
Ain't that fancy?
Okay, yeah, you got me. Let's just go in swinging and see how it goes. I'm feeling nutty.
Yeah. So both of you are roll a stealth, just to see if the rats would have actually seen you.
That is a...
The dex.
oh boy.
I'll roll for Conk. Oof, Conk was so close. Conk rolled a 9, and his target was 8.
Mine was 9 and I rolled 12.
Yeah, it's kind of like as you're both approaching, you see the rat kind of turn and starts hissing at you as well. That will be initiative. Because I'll just put in the different types of rat, so that we're not getting 16 different things in initiative track.
Myself here.
Damn rats are fat.
But yeah, they're rats.
Yeah, I roll really well in initiative for some reason. Yeah, so as you appear there, I think. Yeah, how smart are dire rats? Not that they're in 2. So yeah, it will just keep defending its horde while the rest will turn to hiss at you. In very much a fuck off, this is our shit kind of way. That's what they would do. Or just stay hissing and growling at you, trying to get you to go away.
I don't have any favor today. I'm gonna have to roll because I'm gonna toss a stink cloud in there to either chase them out or make it easier for us. If I recall correctly, let me check the distance here.
Miracle will remember that.
Yeah, this is well within my distance to toss it, so... I will have to do a will roll.
So 20-foot radius, right?
Yep. And then I was going to plant it right there.
Yeah, just getting it to the right size.
It's basically the same size as the blue ring around him. Catch them all. If it works. Ah, thank God. Praise Nurgle.
This is a better cloud. It doesn't have a background on it.
It is also a cloud, a fog cloud on the same time, so for one, they can't see shit. For another, they have to make...
Yay!
Which I will have to quickly find.
Something to point out. If the rats are anything like Skaven, they'll have advantage on this test.
Let me see here.
I think just because like they're rats, I'm gonna say smell won't bother them as much. They will have advantage. They still have shit luck though.
Yep, I'm going to find the rolls real quick here.
Yeah,
Come
some
on,
luck.
Cloud, you should be that high. Yeah, because I believe it's a con luck save they have to roll here.
So that one fails. That one fails. That one fails. That one succeeds. So I'll just actually mark the ones that succeed.
So it's basically only one that's going to charge at us, or what?
Yeah, I'm just marking the ones that managed to succeed. That one succeeded. And the main one fails. So all but 2 failed.
Ah, take that, rats. Apparently I'm very good at my job.
Do you have Stinking Cloud in anything to post in? Just so I can double check what it does.
I have the page right here on the thing you linked me, so I'm going to post it in... do you want it in general chat?
Yeah, if you can. I think Kank would just, knowing how this works, was going to step up with his hammer, ready to just baseball bat.
There you go.
So the rats, let's see how long these guys are out for.
Oh yeah, I also need to roll for how long that thing lasts.
Yeah, I'm rolling. So they're each for 2 rounds.
Oh, it's also gonna last 3 hours.
No, they're in there for default. Oh yeah, for how long?
Yeah.
So both of the grey ones are stuck in there for 2 rounds.
And the others have to make a con save to make it out.
This one succeeded on the save. Oh yeah, mimic a con check to stagger out. Yeah, that's a success. This one comes staggering out of the cloud into Kank's readied action.
Oh.
So I'll say if you want, you can run. So I'll say if you want, you can run Kank.
What the hell is his stats again?
D20 plus 4.
Oh, you're fucked, little rat.
4 rat.
That hits. 2d8 plus 4.
Dead rat, I think.
Yeah, as it just comes out, what comes up the hammer down, it comes like it just comes like skittering out of the cloud, and then can't just hammer down, just like whack-a-mole style, just it is just paste.
Oh. The wonders of a good stink cloud.
And the other rats. Also, all in there for 2 rounds. I'm rolling it with advantage, and they're all getting 2s. And then the one that succeeded fails to stagger out of it, so it's kind of staggering around in there trying to find its way out. Solomon. Actually, no, because it's still stuck in the cloud, but it is going to do a thing.
Yes.
No, wait, this one can't do that. Yeah, so it's just stuck there, staggering around in the cloud. Solomon.
Yep. Going to move up here next. And ready to hit something if it comes near him.
They're just standing inside of the cloud, just with maces at the ready.
I don't know, Solomon readies his battle axe. He's ready to chop some heads open.
Yeah, yes, so they're all... it's at the end of that, so they can both make a con save to stagger out. Yep, they both succeed.
Hey!
So they stagger out of the cloud. Then you can both give a whack.
Okay, let's first do Karn here.
Oh no, wait, it's after it, never mind. So yeah, they'll come out at the end on their next turn. This rat succeeds, so this rat comes staggering out. So Karn would get it first, because he has a 10-foot reach. But he'd be able to give it a whack.
Oh.
Nope, that misses. You can give it a whack.
Yeah. That's bullshit, but that happens. I'm not in range to attack like this. Badly.
But it would come out towards you guys, so you can roll.
Yep.
You can give it a whack.
Come on. D20, work with me here.
17 hits. Like, as it comes starting out of the cloud, you swing in the axe and take a gash out of its face. It kind of daggers back from that and it sees you and leaps at your face.
Ah, fuck.
And a 15.
Thankfully, that is actually something that won't hit because my AC is 16.
Yeah, so it like leaps at and you just kind of step to the side and it goes through where your other arm would have been.
Yep.
Yeah, your turn. Just the one rat in front of you.
Yep. Then that's Kark again, I guess.
Oh, it's your turn. You can give it a whack.
Yep. Wait. A ready action, so that's
yeah,
another
ready action.
slash.
Now your turn again. Yeah.
Whack.
Whack-a-mole.
Whack-a-rat.
So, one hit.
Whack-a-skaven.
Yeah, it's 11 hit points. Kark's turn, you can try and whack it. It is paced.
It would be 8 plus 4.
You don't
I think
that
it's paced. That poor rat.
He double killed it at 11 total. It had 1 health left. These guys stagger out of the clouds.
Oh man, that poor
They
rat.
both do. And you actually do not have a held action this turn.
Neither of us do.
One of them will go for Solomon.
Okay.
Natural 19.
Oh shit. Let's fight. Do anything nasty.
5 damage.
Okay.
Being another thing, are you immune to diseases or just resistant?
Let me check here.
Immune to diseases for being a cultist from Nurgle.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it bites into you and you feel like, well, you would have gotten a virulent disease that would have started draining your strength. You just kind of shrug it off as the blessing of Nurgle fills you.
You said 5 damage, yes?
Yeah, 5 damage. And then the other one, as it comes out and sees the two of you, just emits this like a piercing screech, screech, as you then see emerging from nearby.
That does not look good. Oh boy.
The words emerging from nearby should never be good in any TTRPG.
Oh god, is that 4 rats showing up there?
That was 11 rats.
Ow! Fuck me.
These ones not as big.
Oh lord!
These ones not as big. They are just like large rats. They're like normal rats, but a lot larger than normal. They're like the size of a dog.
You just kind of smack them. They just.
Yeah, I'll tell you, they have 2 hit points. You can kick them and they die.
Also, good luck biting through the AEC, but yeah, they still have a chance.
The other rats all get out. So one will hit on them. And that 19 again against the one guy they can't affect with it.
That's always something, but still. Net 19. That's
6 damage from that guy.
6. God damn.
And then 2 against Khan. Ooh, one gets a nat 20. The other one misses though.
Oh god, poor Karn.
That is 8 damage to Khan. I think he'll want to do his ogre thing.
Yeah, I think so too. No idea how to do that for him, so.
D8 plus con. So he takes 1 damage. Actually, he's vulnerable, so he actually takes 2. As he's hemophilia now because corn, and he bleeds a lot.
Oh,
so there's like small scratches across his chest, which don't really do much. Basically, they start bleeding a lot more than you would expect.
Damn it.
But he does also have masochist, so he's now quite pissed. Has advantage to hit them. He also has the 10-foot fly speed, which is hilarious. Because if he missed it last session, he has these tiny little wings that come out of his back.
Yeah.
Oh, and we should do the debuff.
Ah, boy.
Do you want to roll to see what debuff we get?
Yeah.
And what do we roll? You're muted if you're saying anything.
Sorry, in between all this stuff, I was temporarily running around in the kitchen, so I had to come back and unmute myself. So, as far as the debuffs go, it is 1d... Let me pull up the Malal sheet again. So, the total number of debuffs that we do have are... Roll a d10 for me. 5. Renaud's middle finger cause a character to have disadvantage on their next roll. So if Karnk's next... So, Solomon, your attack is disadvantage.
Nuts. Oh boy.
Yeah, so
you can blame Renaud for that shit.
Yeah, so as you're getting at your mace, you see this like giant like golden hand appear in the end, just flip you off and then vanish.
Oh, damn, that's not a good sign.
As Ranald is displeased, and Ranald, for those who don't know, is the Imperial God of Luck, and he is a dick.
Yep.
As anyone who's played Vermintide can attest to.
And I've played both Vermintide and the Blood Bowl, so Novel isn't much better. I'd say he's actually worse than Ranald.
Okay, so your turn. What are you doing?
Well, let's take a swing at the rat that hit me for most damage.
15 does hit. You do basically nothing.
Yeah, but I did have disadvantage.
12 still hit. These guys are not armored.
That's nice, 7 damage.
Remember, you have your exploits and stuff that you can do.
I had what?
yeah, the exploits and stuff that you can do to try and do extra stuff on top.
Oh yeah, that's true. But now though,
Which is, I think, something that Conk is going to try. So Conk has advantage on his attack.
yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, so 2d20 d1 plus 4.
That was what?
Yeah, so 2d20 plus 4, and we pick the highest die. That's 2d20, and we'll add 4 to the highest one.
So that's a 17 plus 4.
That would hit. Roll his damage.
2d8 plus 4. Smooshes another rat.
Smush. And then Conk would also try and do a bit of a cleave. So he's going to attempt a look, which he succeeds actually with a natural 2. He's going to slash at the one rat and then continues on to the next one. So roll damage again.
8 plus 4. That one dies too.
Yeah, but you can only do the one thing.
Still took
Yeah,
about
so this goes
half
in
of them
the
out.
splat, goes through 2 of them.
Yep.
And then it's all of the rats.
Yay! Be sure to bring their heads.
I'm not sure how many hits we will have when Karn gets done with them.
A lot of heads. I forgot to ask, but can I take my cockatrice's head as well?
Joel kind of with the punch.
Oh yeah, forgot about that.
Yeah, so 3 of them will be going for Solomon. The giant rats are not that effective. They are a hit dice of d4, so they're not even a full hit die. One gets a natural 19 though.
Fucking.
So that's 1 damage. It doesn't have anything yeah, it has a disease thing if it hits you. But
Elf.
and then 2 attacking Conk, both miss.
Those
the
high
white rat-
rolls.
Yeah, apparently it's only rats that I can get 19s with. And then one of them will be attacking Solomon, and a miss. The other one will be attacking Conk, and a natural 1. So Conk can give the smack.
So I roll for him again with
20 plus
a
4. 10 misses. Yeah. And then just like leap at him and Conk back to the ring just to smash it, but it hits the floor.
yeah.
And then the last large brown rat goes for you. That is 16, which misses.
Yay, defender advantage. And yay for that freaking perk I have. Rather that blessing.
Yep, you'll go.
Yep. I'm gonna swing my battle axe again. The damn rats need to die. Dang it.
Yeah, the rats.
I miss.
The rat song. Yeah, come on, do you think? Oh yeah, 8, you missed.
Yeah, I missed.
Conk. Oh, roll this to speed things up a bit. Conk, we're going to smack the big one.
I think it's helping
Yep.
if you. Okay.
And he squish.
Yes.
Right, what are the little rats? Continue to surround Conk.
Yeah, I think they have a freaking bonus on us at this point. Oh, that thing moved straight into the cloud. And so did that one.
Oh yeah, there's a cloud there. Forgot about that.
Yep.
Yeah, they're more like crowding around over here.
Mr. GM. They went
Right, if you guys
through the
decide let you take that
cloud.
back. If you guys decide I would let you take it back.
No, consider this retribution for not giving us our fucking, like, for fucking blue balling us during the raid.
All of the giant rats and Conk are rolling. One got a natural 20.
These motherfucking rats might kill
Kronk
us.
takes 3 damage. Oh, wait, actually 6 damage because he's vulnerable. It's like all of these
But
rats
he's
just
also a
climbing on him while he's
masochist.
trying to swing this hammer around to smack him off. Just
He's also a
scratching the fuck
masochist,
out
so
of
he's
his tail.
going to have advantage, luckily.
Oh yeah, fuck. We keep forgetting my blood is acid. I needed to roll for damage whenever I'm hit.
And then the 2 big rats attacking you. Well, one got a nat 1. So
Hey.
you get a free attack round.
Alright.
Yes.
Hits, but it is still alive.
Yeah, it's only 5 damage, sadly. It's a 1d8 plus 1.
Oh, wait, actually, now it's below half. Kronk gets a free hit on it. And his advantage. Actually,
yeah, that
no,
thing
that's
is
when you
within
get hit. Natural 19! It goes flat. A lot of nat 19s today.
It's all fucking against
God
rats.
fucking damn.
Black.
I'm using up all my luck here. And you guys are going for a dungeon. Solomon, you'll go.
Let's kill the last big rat. That's the crit.
No. Oh, yes.
So that fucking 20 even.
Crit damage should not be 4. So your damage is d8 plus 1, so it should be 9 plus half your level, so your crit damage is 10.
Now I
Yeah.
get the freaking...
Yeah, and your crit damage set it to 10. It's
Okay,
staggered,
I seem
but
to have-
can't do the action.
I seem to have smashed my freaking thing over here. I can't make the crit thing go away. Ah, well.
Oh yeah, sometimes it does things like that, so just refresh.
Yep.
Conquer get a smash with a big rat. That is a hit. And that is a splat. And these rats are outie.
Yay, all the big rats are dead.
Conquer gets squished with one of them. You can try and squish one as they all scatter.
Oh, you bet. Those little
Blood for the
freak-
blood god. Skulls for the skull throne.
Or like I'm gonna leave these corpses out so they can rot for Nurgle.
Yeah, try and swing for one of them, bitch.
Oh yeah.
Nope.
Damn it.
So they go running off. I don't assume you're spending time chasing down rats.
I'm not spending time doing that.
Kronk doesn't care enough.
So then, about 3 hours pass while you
Oh,
milk
he's gonna
the-
have
Solomon,
fun.
Solomon can just walk in and get him. He's immune to disease.
Yeah, that's not a disease.
I was going to ask Kronk to try and topple the wall down to make wind so it blew away.
He's not quite that. He's not fresh enough to knock down a wall to create wind.
But it's so wobbly already and we just need to make it blow away.
It wouldn't make a ton of wind even if you knock down a wall. You can't
Dang
hold
it.
clap.
Ah,
guys
he's
are
not
gonna-
that strong.
Hang out
Smash
for 3 hours.
cloud.
Yeah, that's the downside
Smash
of stinking
cloud.
cloud.
Get clout.
Yeah, so the
Solomon
downside of
and
stinking
Clark's-
cloud is that you have to wait for it to vanish. But,
Unless I had a magic user who could make the wind.
yeah, eventually it dissipates and someone goes in to collect the treasure.
Now we
Go
get
this
to the
way, go
fun
that
part.
way, go this way, go that way.
And I don't have anything to resist warpstone with, I believe.
Yeah, you can roll a will. Well, 2
I'm
wills.
I'm gonna roll that because the warpstone can be very bad for me.
That's 1 fail, 1 success. D100. This
Okay.
is how you die.
This is how the world ends. This is how this world
Oh,
ends.
dear.
Not
No,
over.
milk. Any wine you had on your milk goes sour.
Oh, okay, I have none of that. Thankfully.
Yay!
Wine or milk on your person goes off.
If I would have gotten that, I would have been pissed.
Ah,
Because I have
This
that
is also-
fiery whiskey.
But there's also
Nope.
well, whiskey doesn't really spoil.
Good.
Although it does have food spoils, so
No. No,
so
not
if
my.
you'd somehow gotten that during the hunting, then all of the meat that you brought back would have been wasted.
I
Oh.
was going to sleep until the dungeon.
Yeah, the next couple of days I spent kind of hanging around doing things like probably more Warpstone hunts, but nothing successful. And yeah, during one of his trips over, Mange hears about this place that the Bled raided, this like Necromancer's house, and like they killed him, they beat him up, like looted all of his shit, but then found in the basement this like secret tunnel essentially, but there was a magical barrier that they couldn't get through. So then you guys are like, hey, wait, we have a runesmith who specializes in fucking with magic.
Nice. Skitry. You know how I gave you those free, or not free, but you know how I okay, I'm can skip the bullshit. Can you help us?
So I can deal with magical barriers. Don't fancy myself coming down there, but I can deal with that. Might need to stay on the inside to clear it as well.
That's all we ask.
Yeah, you guys head over to there. It's a fairly easy trek. It's just down the road. You find this. It's like somewhat intact. Looks like somebody burned the place, but it's still mostly intact. It's got like a lot of holes in the walls, but it's standing, which is like above average for most buildings in Mordheim. You go through and you find the entrance to the basement, and the entire place is picked clean. You can tell they definitely spent like a good while here looting the place before you came here. You head down, you open up the secret hatch, as Visha described to you. Then you come down to this place, where you see this like shimmering purple area in front, which gets you kind of looks out for a sec, seems to do some thinking, does some like rates in the dirt, do some calculations. And after a while, she like takes out a coin and starts like scratching something on it with all of her tools. Sort of taking some time. She's probably left like a good like half hour. So as you're just lounging around in this basement. While she kind of holds up the coin, and you see the shimmering barrier kind of dissipates and vanishes. She's like, yes, you can only do this on this side, so you have to come down, and then when you want to get back out, make some noise. It's like, as you look down the hallway, you would notice it's fairly thin. It's like 5 foot high, and like about wide enough that like the wider people, like Mange, will have to like suck in their shoulders to go down. So Conk would definitely look at that tunnel and be like, I ain't fitting down there.
Alright, fair enough. Joel?
Oh god, the dwarf.
That sounds like a good plan.
Mange is just going to like very eagerly crawl inside at the idea of potential shinies.
You also see like there is no light on the other end.
He taps his little chest lamp first, yeah.
Anybody else producing any lights?
I mean, a very sparkly baby dragon with fire breath.
It's like she like reflects light very well, but she doesn't actually produce any.
Ah, gotcha.
She can produce a short burst by going. But,
alright.
Solomon has improved vision in the dark, so maybe it is pretty well for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, Siegfried could produce torches if people want them, but if we have this other stuff, it might actually be better than a little flame.
Like, the only light you actually have is Mange, so you'll all have to kind of stick around Mange. But yeah, you can say supplies for later to be like, oh, we want to split up. Well, here I have some torches.
Okay.
Alright, I guess we're going with him. Yeah.
Mange will lead us to good shinies.
So I'll switch us over to the dungeon, and let's see if my computer freaks the fuck out again.
Yeah, sounds like a good plan.
Fingers crossed.
I see light. Zach, are you still with us?
It's loading. It's not freaking out yet.
Well, we can see it just fine at the moment, so that's a good sign.
Hey, there we go.
Yay!
You had to be here with us first. All right. That's a potential awful technical difficulty avoided. Yay!
I initially lost, so we were 10 minutes late because my computer decided to crash and restart because I tried to open this.
Quick question, this little bit here, Zach.
That is a rock.
How? All right. So the black stuff that I'm seeing all around. Did you manually draw all that shit, or is it just a rock image?
Because I went to Don a random dungeon generator to get the map.
All right.
Yeah. So all of the black stuff is just the wall.
I was gonna say if you're going into that much detail about where you're setting all of the fucking things, then that's your problem because this thing only really likes simple shit for that engine. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, so basically I have like the black background, and then I went around and was basically outlined the entire thing with the dynamic lighting.
Alright.
See? Yeah, you guys are down here. Mange has his glowy token. Alex is producing a small bit of light off of her horns. That's not really much.
Alex can produce like this much. If I turn off my light thing, I can produce about the same with my horns.
Yeah.
So at least you guys won't ever lose me.
Yeah. And like Joel can see a bit around him because he is a high-tier vampire thrall. And Solomon can see better than the rest, but he still does need some light to see by, and down here is pitch black.
Yep.
See? Alright. Skid Scratch has about the same vision as me. So, we are going to... I'm going to assume... So for detection, would that be perception-based, right?
Yeah, I'm kind of like assuming you guys are like keeping an eye out, so whenever there's something to notice, I'll ask you to roll.
Alright.
Alrighty.
I don't want you to just walk around rolling perceptions all the time.
I was just going to say, alright, I want to see if there's anything immediately in here that would be of any issue, but you, considering what you just told us, you have told us if we wanted to.
Yeah, whenever like, if you see something interesting, you can roll, or if there's like something in the area that you might notice, I'll tell you to roll. But yeah, I'm generally assuming kind of like D&D passive perception. There's like some things that you'll just see as you walk around.
Okay.
Alright, looks like our leader is leading the party here.
Yeah, I just kind of plopped you guys in. You can move yourselves around and all that. As you will.
Alright, so we see a bunch of branching shits. Mange is thinking. Mange is just like, left or right? He's asking you guys.
Clan flip sounds good.
Let's go right.
Alright, Mange, go this way then.
Alright then.
Yeah, like as you step around with it, who was turning on the hairdryer?
Joel.
We can hear the vacuum.
Oh, that's not the vacuum. That's the computer screaming in pain. Sorry.
God.
We need to get you a new computer already. God fucking damn, man. All right.
After this the camp out's over, I plan to start buying stuff. You can meet up again. Look at what we want to do.
Yeah, we'll talk later.
All right.
Yeah. As you guys come around, you see this thing seems to be like some kind of pit in the ground.
Oh, that's an indent.
It goes down into a hole.
All right. Mange is going to approach the edge very carefully and instruct Solomon to stay behind him because he is the only light source. And if you stand in front of me, you block the light.
Hey, you guys do know that Crystal can fly, right? She might be able to check out.
Mange turns and sort of thinks about this and is like, oh, yeah. Make pretty little ring thingy. Go check out.
Well, there is anything that
Will it
it
even be
can't
able to see
talk.
that?
Yeah, it can't talk. You can't mentally communicate with it like D&D. Like, if it sees something dangerous, it can come back and start being like, hey, dangerous thing, by freaking out. But it can't be like, oh, hey, there's this down at the bottom of the pit.
Alright, just come back up if anything tries to hurt you, alright, Crystal? Don't want you getting hurt.
So is she just flying over it, or is she like going down into the pit?
She's gonna fly over it. If she still doesn't see anything, she'll go down.
She kind of flies over for a second, looks down into it. It doesn't see anything immediately dangerous. It starts like slowly flying downwards. As she gets near the bottom. What page are these guys on?
Oh boy.
I don't like that you say that, because that implies that it's something we haven't seen before.
No, I was just looking for if I had them as a handout on Roll20, or if I needed to go for the rule book, and I had them in a handout.
Please don't kill my dog.
So,
Please don't kill my dog.
I'll come back.
Thankfully, days Crystal does reappear after a few days if she does die.
I know,
She's
but
immortal.
still don't kill my dog.
I'm assuming she was being cautious. So they don't have advantage.
Oh
She's
yeah.
flying downwards.
One real, very important thing, real quick. Would we assume that Solomon gets his health back by the time we actually go on this expedition?
Yeah, that was during the rest, so you would get a long rest before this. So you get
Alright,
your
Solomon,
health
you
back.
have your luck and health back. Set it to max.
Yeah, so have your use of blessing back. No, Lucky gets back 1 unless he did the really fancy food. Yeah, Solomon did average.
What's my max value lower there? There we go.
Solomon's at 11. So as Crystal floats on down. What is Crystal's AC?
Crystal's AC is, let's see here, her
1,000.
AC is 13.
Quick question. Is she within the 20-foot bubble?
Yes, she would still be within. So that is AC 14 then. So that is good. So only 1 hits. It still could potentially kill her. Yes, it does.
No.
You rolled max damage.
Oh no! No!
So Crystal flies down at the thing and takes 10 damage. As you guys hit it.
Oh
And
god!
some probably like fairly disturbing screams as the dragon gets ripped apart.
Crystal,
Oops.
honey,
And you guys
Down
see
there?
climbing. And you guys see them starting to climb out of the pit.
oh, you bastards, away with this.
Three like
Pet
very
became food.
decayed, not very good-looking corpses.
Can I
I'm
say that
immediate-
Mange, as soon as he heard like the screaming, has a prepared action to swing at whatever comes close to him?
Well, this would be like you hear the screaming and then look down and these things are climbing out of the pit. So that'll be initiative.
All right, click your token first.
Oh damn, that's a good roll for Solomon.
That's a shit roll for Mange.
Oh damn. Don't you have advantage roll?
Nope. On initiative?
Wow, remember my initiative rolls earlier?
Wow, one of them actually goes after me. Wait, I have more like dex than these guys, right?
Yes.
So 2 of them go after me. It's hilarious.
Yeah, remember all of my 18s before?
Yes,
You
he
said
did
these were
spend his
corpses,
luck.
yes?
He spent his luck on everything but killing Crystal. All right.
Yes, these are very clearly like zombies. Like you're doing
Okay,
it.
that's not a sword or a bad legs. That's time for a flail.
I mean,
Gonna
an
beat
axe,
you.
a flame, and a battle axe will all kill a zombie.
Yeah, okay, you're right.
You're
I'll take
thinking
the high damage one.
skeletons.
That's true. Skeletons are more annoying.
The idea is like take off the head because they're fairly resilient to stuff in the chest, but you can still kill them. They're
3 heads! What I'm hearing is 3 heads.
you do not want to get a free head from these things.
No,
question.
not that kind of head. I meant for corn.
Good question.
You're not a corn
Surely.
worshiper, though. That's my shtick.
I know, but I don't want Kasha to hate me.
Oh, that's why you're collecting heads.
Yes.
How securely are they on the ledge right now?
Yeah, they're like climbing up, so like probably by hand would probably cause them to fall back in. It's not massively steep, so that you can kind of like climb, you can like basically walk up it at a steep angle. But they're zombies, so they're more like crawling up it.
Yeah, I was thinking of doing the Spartan kick, but if a hand chopping is enough.
Yeah. So it's like you could do that for like an exploit.
Oh, that's a fumble.
He falls into the pit.
Yeah, I think that is actually a pretty good way instead of having it get a free attack. So I'll say roll and oppose strength against this thing. Actually, say you can use strength or dex. So as you go down and try to hack at it with your axe, you're going to hit the stone that grabs your arm and tries to pull you in.
So he wins by 6.
It got 6 as well, but defenders win. So it grabs you by the arm and starts to pull you in, but you like set your feet and pull back, and instead it's like both hands are grabbed onto your arm trying to pull you down.
Oh no, you
And
cheeky
it gets
little
where
fucker.
you can't tell it's trying to pull you down or it's pulling you towards its mouth.
Probably both.
Yeah, probably a bit of both. They're not that smart. Alex.
Yeah.
I'm going to chop this thing's fucking head off for hurting my dog.
Oh!
Mama Bear's coming out, you little bit.
That one.
That's an AC of 23, damn.
Yeah. That is like climbing up, you like slash it across your sword. He's like deep gouge, like you definitely like chip through the bone, but it's just like keeps climbing on, seemingly barely even noticing it. Zombies do not really feel pain.
Can I attempt to kick it off into the pit as well?
Yeah. You could do a minor exploit to oppose strength. Try and kick it down.
Yes.
Roll strength.
It succeeds by 1.
Okay, yeah. I think we kick it.
Yeah, it's gonna
I
slash it
died.
in the face, and then seeing that kind of punch it in the head with the pommel, as it kind of rears backward and seems like totters on the edge for a second, then tumbles and rolls down. It's not that bad of a fall, but then it will have to climb back up. So it takes 1 damage, but then has to climb back up. Siegfried. You can see like struggling with like this zombie holding onto his arm, trying to pull him in. I just slashes and then punches one in the face.
If Siegfried gets over near where Solomon is or into this space, would he be able to try to slash at the arm of the zombie that's pulling him? Or
Yeah,
try to,
it's like grabbed onto Solomon's single arm with both of it, so you can like try and take off its arms or something.
Yeah. Nice, so would that just be as an attack and an exploit if I succeed?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think he needs the
fucking kill
exploit,
it.
probably. Let's see.
Check your critical damage. 'Cause, let me double check that it is correct.
Great weapon.
So, say E12 plus 2. Yeah, should be 13, not 15.
Because of a zombie resistance, or?
No, because it is D12 plus 2 for your strength. That'll be 14, and then plus half your level. No, it should be 15. No, it should be 15. I just maths wrong. I did
Good
10
job.
for-
I'm rolling the variant we have for when he has
15.
adaptable.
But this thing does
15.
have. But this thing had 16 health. Then gonna try and like, shove it off as you do that.
Yeah.
And opposed strength. It rolls a natural 2. To succeed by 13.
Damn, no.
You guys like hack into its arm, and like one of the arms is like hanging on by like a single tendon, but it's still like holding on to it just as strong as before. It's been like a rigor mortis clamping onto Solomon's arm. And it doesn't budge.
Alright.
How are these things still alive? This scares me.
They're zombies, they don't tend to give a fuck.
They
Pretty
are
much.
zombies, yeah, basically. Alright, so Skit Scratch has his ability to make things venomous. He also, any weapon he is holding is considered magical, so he's gonna have magic and poison as he spends, so he can spend, like, his movement as an extra action to... Actually, no. Alright, so you said that he can apply venom as a bonus action, and then he can also do it as an action.
Yeah, if you wanted to put it on both, but you would know Venom Venom might not do that much against a zombie. I'll just kind of give you that one for free because that would be something that Mange and Skit Scratch would think of. It's like, well, they don't seem to really need that.
Alright, he's gonna come up here and attempt to poke a dude off. Like, he's gonna try and cut the tendon. And are we considered outnumbering him or no? Because the other dude's climbing up.
Oh, we're basically 3-on-1 right here now.
So 18, and it only needs 1 damage, so I'm going to assume he cuts it.
Yeah, so he just kind of goes up as it's kind of like rearing and going to bite something, just stabs it in the face, and it kind of like the stab goes in, it seems to not notice for a second, keep dragging itself forward, and then just like goes limp and flops and falls into the pit.
Alright. And that would be Skid Scratch's turn, I assume. Now it's the one that got knocked the fuck down.
Yeah, he starts climbing back up. Yeah, it climbs up out of the pit, but that is its entire turn. Just kind of climbs and clambers out and then turns to face Alex.
Alright, it's time for Joel to kick it back in the pit again.
Because T gets advantage for defending me.
Yeah.
Alright, I just basically yell over to Joel, Joel, these assholes killed our dog. Fucking gut them.
I like how it's our dog now.
Yeah.
I just imagine this as a fucking like old married couple situation. Joel, why didn't you feed the dog? It's not my turn, honey.
Yeah, the dog runs over and goes to drop kick this thing.
Oh.
See, the first one... yeah, first one hits, so that's shit AC. Second one also hits. So see if he even needs to bother.
7.
7 damage, that was exactly its health left. So it's like, climbs up, gets out of the thing, then Joel comes up and you see his like movie style where you see the zombie's head like coming towards Alex, and then like a foot just comes in a frame, hits it in the face, the jaw completely flies off, and the rest of the body drops down in the pit.
Can I high five Joel as a bonus action?
Yeah, you can do that with free action.
Alright.
Mid-air while he's doing the drop kick even.
Oh,
yeah,
boy.
so you can like drop kick that hits the floor, kind of stands up and boom, high five.
Fist bump.
Mange.
Alright. Is Mange close enough to fucking axe this motherfucker?
Yeah, it's climbing up. Yeah, it kind of comes up. You're there for your axe, just waiting to smack its arm.
Alright. Before I forget, I do not have my rage procced right now, so let's remove all of those. Main axe attack. 23 damage 11. Alright. Offhand dagger does not hit.
It's like, as it's climbing up, you just like bury the axe in its head, and it seems like slide down a little bit, but then keeps climbing with
a post-strength exploit to knock it the fuck down?
It's succeeded by 1.
So I win.
Yeah, you kind of bury the axe in its head. It keeps climbing. You like wrench it out and give it a quick kick, and it's like if it's like the motor portions of the brain having had an axe through it, it's a lot clumsier than even it normally is.
Oh yeah, I need to remember something. I have a fucking tentacle that I never added to my sheet properly.
Yeah, you can whack it if it falls down the hole.
Well, so is that just roll 1d20 plus attack modifier again?
It's an attack. Yeah. It's an attack with a 15-foot range, so like as it's falling down to the pit, you're like, oh, and the tentacle whips out and gets to slap it.
Alright, 14.
14 hits.
I forget the damage on the tentacle.
We'll need to, I think it's D3?
D3 or D4, I think.
Wait, what do you want about Excel? That has not been removed. Oh no, I moved it. Okay, I just had a panic attack of it thinking I accidentally deleted my Chaos Gift stable. No, I just moved it into my D&D folder. Oh, thank fuck. I don't really have to
GM has heart attack because organization.
Yeah, I was like, oh, I'm taking up a bit of space. I'll put that into my folder, and then I completely forget I did it.
Classic.
I think it's D3 damage, but let me check.
Maybe you should add that in as a melee weapon.
That's what I'm thinking of doing.
D4 damage.
Here, I found it. 1d4. I found it finally in the sheet. Alright,
D4 damage.
All right. So 1d4 and no plus to that, right?
Yeah, no plus is just D4.
All right. So 14 damage
3,
grand total, and then he gets knocked in.
Well, you did 15 total because you did 11 plus 3. Oh, wait.
11 plus
yeah,
3 is 14.
Yeah, 11 plus 3, and he also took full damage from getting kicked down the hole.
So he has 1 HP.
No, he had 15 total because he took 1 from falling in the hole. It's like, as it climbs up, you just 200 whack this axe into its head, and like go to stab it, but kind of slash across the arm, it doesn't seem bothered. You just boot it in the head as you rip your axe out, and it starts falling back down. Like, halfway it's going along, Mage remembers that he has a tentacle, but then lashes out and kind of slaps it in the face, kind of half melting the head.
Just like,
which
stop it, bitch!
Yeah, which like weakens the skull just enough that when it lands and falls on its head just cracks open like an egg.
Lovely.
Alright, I'm taking out, like, I think I have rope. I'm tossing it to Joel. I say, hold it, and I'm immediately, like, rappelling down to go see how my... Because Alex doesn't know exactly what happened to
when you were looking in the pit, you would have seen no sign of Crystal. So when you were looking down after the zombies, there's no sign of Crystal's body or anything.
Well, fuck, I'm at least getting some heads out of this.
Yeah, because since it's a Chaos Familiar, when it dies, it just poops.
Alright. Joel, hold this, and I just kind of rappel down. And I'm assuming we're cutting some heads.
Yeah, so you're a 4 foot above average strength, so yeah, he kind of braced himself and you rappel down.
Alright. How many skulls are still intact or at least redeemable to Korn?
2 of them.
Alright, 2
got
skulls.
splattered. And kind of like, as you're there looting them over, roll a general lore. And since you're from the Empire, I'll say with advantage.
General lore. I don't have that.
You don't have it, just intelligence.
Alright, with advantage?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, let's do this.
Great success. So as you kind of looking them over, you realize that although it's like very scrapped and there's barely anything left of it, you like recognize like a hat on one of them, which is the basically the uniform of witch hunters. Who are basically like specialized, pretty much like anti-magic fighters. You like go out and hunt necromancers, vampires, all of that sort. And you would see kind of like on a couple of the bodies, they have a bit of stuff that's still intact. You can quickly check through them. See, on one there's this small like leather carrier case with another thing you would recognize, which is like an insignia of the witch hunters on it. And then another one, small like wrapped up leather thing, which you unwrap to see is like a mess kit. It's got some like very nice like, utensils and a small bowl and all that. Which in the light range of things seems to like glimmer a lot more than you would expect.
So like silverware and a leather carrying case.
You got a mess kit and a carrier case. Which has like a small lock on it, but it's kind of like the like, pop open lock. It's not actually locked, just something to keep it closed.
Well, I'm keeping this mess kit. I don't know about this leather carrier case though.
Yeah, you can like take that shit, put it in your bag, and climb back out of the pit.
Can we see down there from up top?
Yeah, it's like a 10-foot deep pit. It's not that deep.
Alright,
yeah, I'm going down there.
Going through like hacking off the heads of her sword and then looting the bodies.
Yeah, what condition do the clothes seem to be in on the bodies?
Scraps.
But you said there was like a pendant?
Yeah, on the carrying case that she found, which was remarkably a lot better intact than their clothes. It had the insignia on it, and she recognized like a bit like half of a hat that was on one of them, which is like kind of which is kind of like a recognizable hat of the witch hunters.
I just kind of see him glaring at it like, you want this little case?
Yeah, and the hat actually.
Oh, I wasn't even thinking about taking the hat. I kind of grab the hat and the leather carrying case, and I kind of climb back up and hand it to him.
Yeah, so the hat is like, it isn't really intact enough to wear. It's kind of like half on. It seems like it was on the zombie's head more because like it had been like squashed onto there and it fused with the skin. It's like about roughly half of a hat, but it's still recognizable as a witch hunter hat.
All right. Yeah, I'll find some use for it. Is the case openable?
Yeah, it's got like a latch on it, but it's just like I think it's meant to keep it closed. So you can just like pop it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you pop it and you open it up, and you see kind of like held in these like almost like very nice. I would say foam, but it's not actually foam. Just like held in this like casing essentially are like these parts of like a crossbow, which like a small like hand crossbow can like in pieces, so you can assemble it, along with like 3 like what looks like fat syringes that are presumably the ammo for it.
Nice find.
Very nice.
Indeed. Yeah, I'll close it up and keep it
New
out.
fancy shit. Oh, so that, in case you're wondering, that isn't the tentacle. These are warpstone horns that he has on his head. His tentacle is this appendage right here.
It's
Coming out of like the back base of his spine.
This appendage right here is his
I'm showing
quote-unquote
the fucking
tentacle.
picture on the screen of his goddamn art. Don't you give me that horse shit.
I will admit, I thought that was his tail for a while I looked
Nope,
at that.
this is his
first.
tail right here. This is his tail
Yeah,
right here.
down there.
Yeah, he does
Minion
have a tail
prick.
down there. He has 2 tails down there.
That's a dick joke.
Indeed.
Yeah, it's
All
basically
right.
a second opposable tail that he can use as a weapon now.
Yep.
But this time it comes out of like the base of his spine instead of his butt. He's a
All right.
tripod. I mean, he has 3 arms too.
Fucking many-armed pricks.
Sucks to be you. I get all the appendages. And before the next thing I get is quadruped, and he becomes a fucking centaur too, just to rub it in even more.
No, not a kentaur. He gets 4 spindly legs like a spider.
He's like a centaur,
boy.
but the bottom is a rat instead of a horse.
Yeah. So, Johnny, I forget if you've been around these roleplay streams before, but for you and anyone else who may be lurking in chat, the thing we have is a chaos gift system, which basically means that based on certain things that happen in the campaign or from the chat contributing through our Malal system, different members of the party, including the NPCs, can gain various chaos gifts, which are basically a random roll on a massive ass table, like we roll 1d 417 every time we get a gift, and you can get new shit from it. I just happen to get all the gifts that require me to pay more to get more art. So
Yeah, you've gotten all of the very obvious physical ones. You've
I
not
gained all the
gotten
obvious
anything.
aesthetic ones. I've gotten a couple of non-visible ones,
You've gotten
but
one which you technically already had, which was annoying
yeah,
voice.
I had silly voice, but now it actually has a game mechanic where it gives me disadvantage on an intimidation check. I actually got 2 of the stat ones. I got the +1 con and the +1 charisma, and then the +5 movement speed. So I have 3 that don't even show up, but I get enough of the big ones that it sort of balances out.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, so in chat, anybody who wants to type !points, like so, and it'll tell you how much favor you have. I have 600, because I'm me. Greynick can technically buy a gift if he weren't in the campaign. So there are 2 different things. If you look at that document, there are 2 different things for gifts. There is either the cheaper one, which costs 250, that is random. We roll for it still. Or you can spend 1,000 and get the really fancy one. That's super expensive.
Yeah, and the super fancy one is basically you can look at the table and pick one
Yeah.
to give.
And if you take my fucking dog, I will find you.
It's not a dog, it's a dragon.
It's a mini
It's a
dragon.
dog. Fuck you.
It's a
And
baby
a flying
dragon.
scaly
You'll be
dog.
very offended if you called it a dog.
So
you would?
on top of everything, on top of everything, Alexandria must have gotten some madness to consider dragons as dogs.
I mean, it behaves similarly to a dog, but don't call it a dog to its face, or it will get very annoyed and pout for a while.
All right, I won't call her a dog. She's my
other races.
my
She's
adorable
precious.
dragon. She's my adorable baby dragon.
Yes.
This is my
She's
scaly
your
child.
Massive bad dragon dildo.
She's a baby.
In dragon years.
You get to go
Yeah,
to
in
the
human
horny
years,
jail.
probably like
Go to
that.
horny jail.
Wow, I never expected to get that from you of all fucking people.
Because they don't fuck children.
It's a magical species.
This is in such bad context, but I just love it getting berated for something horny by fucking.
He hasn't been followed that long because he didn't fuck children yet.
Oh boy.
There's 2 rules. You don't fuck without consent, and you don't fuck children. Or animals.
Yeah. This is how we know she's fairly early on in the
That's 3 rules.
Yeah, consent.
I'm from Denmark.
3 rules. Whatever. Fuck you.
All 3 of those go away for your character, but we're not going to explore that because we are live on Twitch, and that's TOS. Anyway, shall we move on?
Yeah. So,
Are there any shinies? Is there gold down there? Mage jumps in to look for gold.
Among goes as well.
He
because-
uses his tentacle to sort of hold the top of it and just like uses that as sort of like, you know, a rope to go down really quickly.
Yeah. It's not like a sheer cliff. Like you kind of scramble down it. The zombies were just like crawling up because they're zombies. They're not very dexterous. Yeah, you go down and start having a look around, and yeah, nothing of any real significance. They've got some like dotted clothes. Looks like they once had a gold pouch, but it's like been like floth eaten and gone away, and whatever was in it is long gone.
Mange picks up the coin pouch.
Yeah, so it's
We
like
haven't checked
whatever they
inside
had has long either been taken or rotted away.
Ah, damn it.
Yeah, the harp is in his room currently.
The harp is in my room. Along
It's
with
worth,
a
2,000 gold, but he's not selling it.
so I've made it explicitly clear to Zach that mange, anything that isn't like just raw gold on its own is not something that mange generally wants to spend because it's his precious shiny and it's one of a kind. So mange basically has like 3,000 gold worth of shit lying around in his room, but he's not going to turn a single bit of it into gold unless absolutely necessary. So he has a very long down deposit. He's much more fiscally responsible than I am as a human being.
But that's just because he's a hoarder, not because he's actually being responsible.
Yeah.
True.
So,
We
Alright,
spent a lot on those crossbows. Anyway.
So we're gonna continue on in this little cavern.
so you could take a short rest, but nobody actually used anything, so you just kicked zombies back into a hole.
Do we find the bits of dragon baby?
No, she's a familiar, so when she dies, she just poofs.
Ah, damn, so we can't take the dragon letter.
No.
Fucking excuse me?
Otherwise, you could
If
kill her
she's dead.
and her to make boots.
Fucking excuse me?
We're talking with
If
a
you
sewer
touch
mutant.
my dragon, I don't care who you worship, I will gut you.
Ah, well,
He's stealing my
enjoy that.
fucking threat!
Enjoy gutting this dude here. He's made of
I
crystal flesh.
Don't care. You will be a mantelpiece on my fucking wall. And your dick will be my fucking dragon
Okay,
bone.
ladies and gentlemen, let's move along now, shall we?
Yeah, that's up to you guys. You can just move and leave them all in darkness if you want.
All right,
Yeah,
Mange after there's no like nice gold shit starts leaving you behind. Skid Scratch keeps up.
Solomon tries to follow.
Keep up! Slow man things!
Around. You don't have to move like 10 foot around. Like if you go past something, I'll pull you back to when something would have happened.
Alright, so we're going like here. And here.
Oh, look at that. There's a thing.
Shiny! Runs up and touches it.
Yeah.
Oh god.
And you see this like very nice, like very detailed, like large statue of a snake. Like it's a lot larger than any snake you've seen. It's probably like 5 foot tall, so it's actually taller than Alexandria right now. Because Alex is 4. Which I think we always keep forgetting, but it's fucking hilarious that she is actually the shortest of the group when there are 2 Skaven.
Yep.
Skid Scratch just fucking pats Alex on the head. It's okay, you were small once, now you are small.
You see this very nicely made stone statue of a snake.
Is there anything shiny on it?
Roll a perception.
Yeah, I'll roll 1 too if I may.
I'll say
Mange.
one person roll advantage, just so we don't get everybody.
I roll with advantage.
Yeah, your perception
Mange is
higher
looking
than
at it.
mine.
Great success. Give it. Seven out of 16. Great success.
Right, you.
I was clapping for the success.
Also, that wouldn't work, Johnny, because the dragon just disappears into thin air when it dies. Ah!
No, not
Ah!
Oh boy.
You kind of like look around and look at it. You notice one of the eyes like glimmers a lot more than the other. And you kind of take a close look, and then Manger realizes, and he whips out his knife and starts prying at it. And you pop out this like fairly small, probably like this fairly small, but like thumbnail-sized diamond.
Mange immediately puts it in his pouch because he's the one that went to it. Ah!
Diamond.
It's money.
Looking
Yeah.
towards the statue with that sort of magic sense gift after the experiment of Rowan, would Siegfried notice any shimmer to it?
You're gonna take a second, you look at it, and no magic to it. Seems like just a statue. And you would be like, where presumably it had another diamond eye, it's just a hole. So it seems like somebody else tried that one out already.
All right.
He's rich.
So it is a 1,500 gold diamond from the snake statue.
Mm-hmm. I randomly rolled for the table, and you got a fucking diamond to a fuck ton.
But damn.
Mange lucky! Mange find best shiny! Mange puts it in his pouch and says, mine! And then he turns to Alexandria and says, no take!
Don't worry, I'm not gonna take your fucking shiny.
Mange just sort of glares at her and then just puts his pouch back and starts proceeding forward because he is the torch.
She just kind of like grumbles a little bit. Fucking.
All right,
Fucking
we're gonna
asshole.
go ahead like up here into this fork. Stop being on top of each other! You're not fucking right now. God damn it! All right.
Not right now. Maybe later.
Easy, Siegfried. Later.
Down, boy. Down, boy.
Your weapon.
Spray bottle. Ooh. Do we
That's it.
notice?
To do that, roll. Well, I'll say main since you're at the front to roll either a stealth or a perception. You can.
That's one of those long dudes from Star Wars.
It literally does not matter because they're both the same stat, and I have both detection and stealth on my skill sheet. So,
Yeah, so roll one.
and I'm going to use a reroll to reroll that. There we go.
As you come up, you notice like the back of what looks like a human at the like very edge of your vision, and you definitely notice like several like large holes in its back. So definitely see, like more zombies.
All right.
And you notice them
So
before they make
Mange like holds out an arm to everyone and motions to get the fuck down.
Oh, okay then.
All right.
More of those things that kill doggy. Mange will probably call it a dog now that you aren't.
Alright, I am going to immediately... I'm going to try out a little bit more of this heavy crossbow I've got now. So I'm gonna load a bolt in here, and I'm gonna get real sneaky.
Alright. Mange is going to turn to Skid Scratch and say, "You're good at sneaky. You go up stabbing butt."
Yeah. You can all get ready your sneaky stabbing.
Solomon's
Yeah,
going to go closer to being.
And you can roll a stealth for Skid Scratch.
Alright, so roll 1d20 plus 2 for his dex. Actually, no, it's
You minus, so you just increase the target number.
minus 4 for
and
stealth. Minus 6. So you...
Yeah, great success. So Skid Scratch just starts padding forwards, making absolutely no noise.
Oh, and before he really gets too far forward, never mind. They are fucking zombies. Venom won't do anything. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, presumably,
Maybe-
right, but
He's sort of all right. He's going to like really quickly, just as sort of an extra thing, just put a little bit on his sword, just as an experiment.
Solomon's
he
also
takes
going to
out
be
one of
taking
the
a bit.
many poison vials he has because he can just milk himself repeatedly.
Yeah. He's got to do it all the goddamn time because he knows that he's powerful.
What are the rest of
Solomon's
you
also
doing?
going to sneak a bit closer so he can keep himself within blocking distance if shit goes sour.
I kind of target one. I don't know how many are there, but I'm gonna kind of ready my crossbow to the first one I can see.
Yeah, you can see what you can see with the light.
All right.
Sure, doesn't really have any range, so it's going to hang out
I'm
there.
gonna reroll that. Motherfucker.
Why are you testing DDM?
That was
That
a
was not my
misclick.
reroll there.
That was a misclick.
Damn it!
Stetson.
Why does he DDM?
He stealths so badly that Zinj is just like, "Wow, you fucking suck."
So I'm gonna reroll my stealth here.
Still a failure.
At least not a terrible failure.
Leave it to Skid Scratch.
But like, where are you actually moving to? 'Cause yeah, it's going to say if you're hanging back, you don't need one. But yeah, if you start moving forwards. I've rolled a 7 for them. They rolled a 17, they don't hear shit.
He's going
So
to
you
move
moving
up
forward,
to
or are
about
you
this
hanging
point.
back at the crossbow?
Mange is going to move barely forward because he has the light. He wants to give him enough light to see. Oh shit!
Yeah, they rolled shit again. Yeah, so you can see like several zombies all just kind of like hunched and gathered around this like something like the edge of a fountain. It looks like they seem like hands on the edge, just looking at the water.
All
Can I
right.
roll perception to see if I recognize that fountain or anything? I have general lore with sacred knowledge.
You don't have to roll; it just looks like a fountain. You can't see any. You can't see any in the middle bit yet. I think you can just see like the edge of it.
Okay.
Yeah. So from
Alright.
what you can see, it looks like a pool. So
Definitely
you guys
not
can do a
normal.
surprise round if you want, because they are pretty distracted.
All right. So Skit going to get his surprise thing on. Mange, as soon as anything seems like it's going to start noticing shit, is going to charge the nearest motherfucker. So you guys go for something else.
I'm gonna go with the one right next to him.
Well, let's just do
So-
one at a
so-
time.
so-
The stick capture will probably be the one to start it, so you can do a sneak attack with advantage.
All right. So sneak attack with advantage, and his 2-hit. I'm just going to add afterwards. 2d20, a 15 is going to hit no matter what his bonus
Yeah,
is.
these things have 11s.
All right. So his damage.
You can also do his offhand, which is a flat roll.
And his actual bonus, just in case it's actually applicable this time, 2-hit is +3. All right, so he hits with both.
Yeah, both hit.
All right, so roll damage.
And is he hitting the one in front of him?
Yeah, he's hitting the one at this end right here.
Yeah.
So each of them is 1d6 plus 2, so I'm just going to roll 2d6 plus 4. Is that fine?
Yeah, that works.
Okay.
11 damage. Yeah, so he comes up behind and just like, Shah! Just jabs these things in, and Like, against a human, that would have definitely
Hello?
popped the heart, severed the spine. He would be dead. But the zombie is kind of like turns around to look at it.
Main charges in.
Well, might want to let the ranged guys go first.
Alright,
Yeah.
I'm hitting the one next to him with my
That
one?
crossbow.
You're going to
I'll
hit.
say that since this is a surprise round, they haven't gotten into proper melee yet, so you don't get any penalty for shooting into melee for the surprise round.
Alright, let's
it.
do this.
Rolls in that one. Bounces off the wall,
Oh.
ricochets. Okay.
Ooh, nice.
So this one here, taking that, I'm assuming?
The one just next to Mange, skip scratch even.
Yeah. Yeah, that one. No, that one. Yeah, that one.
Yeah. Yeah, that one's. It's just off of staggered.
Alright.
Anybody else shoot Sting?
Siegfried using his crossbow for this.
So would have been next time.
Nah, he's gonna wait till it starts up and move in for melee.
Alright,
Yeah.
so I'm
Siegfried
going to-
and Mange are charging. What's Solomon doing?
Solomon's going to charge into this one here.
Alright, so all of you are charging in.
With his battle axe, he's going for
Oh!
skull.
Oh!
No hit.
hold up,
Actually,
hold up, Solomon. Hold up, Solomon.
Okay.
I was trying to say this the whole entire time, but Mange has multiple hits. We'll see if we somehow manage to just kill something off so that you can put it into something else.
Okay. I'm fine with
So,
Okay.
Mange, to start off
You guys can-
on his charge, what does charge give again? Plus 4,
+2 to hit, +2 to damage. But
Alright,
they have
so
advantage to hit you.
Alright. So Mange is going to attempt to lop off the rest of this one's health after that with his battle axe.
Yep, Mario attack with
AC
advantage.
23, 8. That wasn't even with advantage.
Yeah, you can roll again, see if you get a crit.
Nope.
You-
Alright, I just
you
take the
didn't
better
need it.
damage.
He had 8 health left. So you run up and just lock that one's head off.
Alright, offhand action with the dagger, since it would normally be at disadvantage, it's just raw, right?
Yep, just a flat roll.
Alright, so that's against the guy immediately in front of me with a +2 to eat both hit and damage, and that's going to hit from the looks of it.
You lop that one's head off, the other dagger like buries hilt deep in the top of this thing's head. It's still alive.
And tentacle with advantage against
Same
the same
you
one.
just staggered?
Yep.
Damn.
Oh, actually, I
Yeah.
forgot to add the +2 on that. Does that count for the tentacle?
Yeah, +2 counts. Yeah, +2
Alright.
counts. It is a weapon that you're charging with. It is still alive. It is staggered. So you go and it's like stab the dagger and the tentacle like burns into its shoulder. Looking fucked up, but it's still up.
If I had done my fucking ferocious rage, that would have been dead, but I'm sort of saving that for a pinch. Alright, so that one that you would have initially been charging is dead, as per what I was saying.
Yep.
Maybe you can finish off either of these two now.
Yep.
Solomon Siegfried.
Alright, I'll take whichever one Solomon doesn't.
I go after this one.
He's going to go after the one that Skit was attacking.
Actually
Alright.
hit. Only 3
Yeah.
damage, but that should be
Is
enough.
that a charge, though?
Yes.
Where the fuck
Yeah.
are you, Siegfried? Why are you on top of Maine? I mean, Skit Scratch.
Well, which one is each? I thought you said charge the
I
one.
was going for that one.
He's attacking that one, you attack this one. There you go.
Okay, there we go.
Let's make it
Let me-
simple.
And with charge advantage, that is
5 damage. It took 11.
Let me check Solomon's damage though for the axe. Okay, the axe is D8 +1, and then +1 for your strength. That should be with a +2, so that should have been 5 damage. So that would have exactly killed it.
Yep. You forgot to add
And
the
then-
bonus for the charge.
Siegfried, you have advantage, thankfully.
Alright, yeah, I just did the charge there.
Yeah, roll again. You have
Oh,
advantage.
So second roll to see if you actually hit it. That would hit.
Yep.
And that would kill the rest of it.
And there's Joel, who, since you guys are all blocking up the hallway, is just gonna like hang out next to Alex. There's nothing in the room left.
Alright.
Initiatives.
Okay,
And
new
it's
initiatives.
4 zombies this time, not 3.
Are we using the same initiative?
No, you read it.
Hey, look at that!
Hey!
I'm the initiative queen.
I got slightly better this time.
Mage is just not fast today.
Mage already got his action. He's giving you all a chance.
One of the zombies rolled well. 2 of them rolled well. God damn. That did not roll well.
Alright, Mage goes before one of them. Huzzah.
Alright, I'm dropping my sword and I'm charging into, hold on. I'm charging into this one, or trying to, at least.
Yeah,
He
you can, like,
can
move
get through us,
allies.
yeah.
Charging in, and I'm slashing this thing with my sword.
Alright. Yeah, remember that.
Add advantage. +2 to hit, +2 to damage, and advantage.
Alright, so...
Actually, is this an advantage, or is this was that because of
Oh,
stealth?
no,
Damage.
the prize round is done. It's no more advantage. It's the house round.
Alright, let's do
Okay.
this. How'd I do?
6 damage. You were in,
And
like,
that was-
splashed across the chest, taking up this deep gouge. I can see bone through it. Yeah, it's a zombie. It's still up. Siegfried.
So this right here, is that some sort of fountain?
Yeah, it's
Yes.
a fountain of some kind. It's like knee height, a bit less than that, so you can just walk through it. It's not like
So it
difficult.
looks like normal, just water.
Yeah, it looks like it from a casual inspection.
Huh?
Close inspection, I might be more looking at it. It looks like water.
I do not like that description.
You could
So you can take
probably
a
get
hunt and
into
look at
this
it if you
little...
want.
You could probably either
Yeah,
get
it's
into this little enough to
probably
try and take out this
water.
guy, or
It
you
looks
could
like
go over here
very
with Skit.
nice fresh water.
He's
Actually,
gonna.
These are hanging around.
Actually,
go with Skit.
before you do anything, yeah, help out Skit is what I would say, because Skit's not a good frontline combatant. He's good at stealthy.
Yeah, same thought. All right, and Badoom.
Okay!
Okay.
Again, it has 1 health. These things have 16 hit points.
He's just critting all the zombies and barely not killing them.
Siegfried runs up and just, like, slashes this thing. Like, its head is like nearly headless Nick currently, just like flopping around, barely holding on. It just kind of rears up this like big meaty fist of this guy that was probably like once quite fat, and that is this big meaty fist that comes for your face. Natural 19.
Ooh.
As
Siegfried
these
now
things hit
zombie.
surprisingly hard. I have the deal. Oh, max damage. That's 10 damage. And then that 19 is you take 1 point of con damage.
Ooh.
Fuck.
So you take
I'm not like
10.
this now.
You take 10
Oh,
damage to
well,
the face,
Yeah, goof.
Yeah.
One
and
second.
then
Down to
reduce your
18
current
con.
one by 1.
That's gonna suck.
It doesn't reduce stats. Like you won't lose health if you lose like a +1 con or anything.
And you
It's
get
just for,
back
like-
eventually.
Yeah, it's for tests and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, and you get back. I think you get them back on a short rest. You can get back a bit of them, or you get back all of it on a long rest. And then
Alright.
this zombie, he just kind of like steps into us, like splashing through the water as it steps up. Who does I want to go? It is going for Solomon.
Goody.
That is a 16.
That's right on.
Right, that exactly hit. Equals your AC.
Yep.
5 damage.
It's 16 is
Deck
precisely
you in the
the
face.
AC. 16 is Solomon's AC thanks to the bubble.
So that just hits you then.
Oh, so there was no definitive advantage here? Dang.
Yeah, if it equals your AC, then it hits.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, so it comes up and kind of clips you in the face, like a few chunks of like the crystal that makes up your head kind of shat, and like splintering
And
off.
he takes acid damage.
Oh yeah, so you kind of
Yeah, acid.
punches you in the face, is like shards chip off, and then some of like the acid that makes up your blood kind of spurts out at it.
Yeah, anyone who looks at Solomon getting that hit there now knows he has acid for blood.
Make sure you take your 5 damage. Solomon. Yeah, it's kind of like as his like fist like chips off the like bit of crystal that makes him fist, this acid like sprays out, goes on his thing's face, and what normally blood would just kind of hit there and stick is like black viscous liquid shoots out, and then it's like this hissing as it burns a deep mark across this thing's face.
Nice and green liquid that just starts melting flesh.
Solomon.
Battle axe revenge.
It hits. The dog. Yeah, you slash it across the face, kind of like giving it like a X scar across its face, and the acid one way and your axe the other.
Oh no, there's a zombie dog further in the cavern.
Yeah.
Still calling from the void.
And then Joel's turn, seeing as Alex went running in, he is also going to do that. He'll be going for the one that Alex attacked, since it has not gone yet. That is a natural 2. Yeah, and is a 5, so he missed. He gonna punches it twice in the chest, but it does not seem bothered.
What about his advantage?
Doesn't have advantage.
It's attacking Alex. Wasn't that a thing?
Not yet.
Oh, that's like when it's like
me
directly
yet.
saving you.
Alright.
Alright. Guys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, everybody cut out for a minute for me.
Alright. Mange's turn, I believe, right? No, it's this thing's turn. Zombie. Do the zombie's turn. His sisters are arguing in the background, by the way, which is why he's not talking.
They've gone. They've gone now. Hopefully, they might come back. Yeah, Joel
Someone
punched
was
it.
murdering a dog.
But Joel is trying to make himself a distraction, so it would go for him. Natural 3. So it's like both punching each other in the chest and doing nothing.
Alright.
Range.
Mange going through here. Boop.
Which one's
This one has
squishing
1
past each
HP,
other?
right?
Yes.
Alright, Mage is going to just sort of passively be like, yeah, and hit it as a bonus action with his tentacle. Because he can do that now that he has a tentacle. Acid damage, it's dead.
So, like, as the head is the head's like barely hanging on, the tentacle just comes out and it's like burns
it off.
the last of the flesh off, and the head falls down.
Free head! Don't even have to cut that one off. You can have that one. But you killed that one, so you get it.
Yeah.
He thumbs up, holding his like bloody nose.
How this one hasn't been hit, right?
Yeah, so I'm
Been
on
hit for 10 damage.
Oh, right, that one
3
had some
acid and
stuff.
7.
Yeah, it is actually staggered.
Oh wow. That's my extra hit then.
That's when you cut.
I don't know the rules for
Well,
this system yet.
I can't move after this anyway, so
It's dead.
all right, and
Yeah,
I
the tentacle
can't.
comes down, kills that thing, and you just kunk, his axe into its head, kind of split the head into 2 pieces. Body slumps into the water.
Yeah, and I don't have anything else that can reach, so Mange just took 2 kills on his turn.
Yep. You probably should have daggered that one, and then you could have tentacled another one, but whatever.
No, I used the tentacle on him because it was the lowest
Yeah,
HP.
I was saying you could have axe, dagger, tentacle. Because the tentacle has reach. So you could have daggered that, but...
Whatever.
Yeah.
Too late.
Skip scratch.
Skit Scratch is going to realize that this one exists over here and just sort of like scoot in next to Mange underneath his armpit or something and attempt to stab this with the sword that's currently covered in poison as his
No,
experiment.
he didn't want to use that. When he did a sneak attack against the zombie, he stabbed with the knife. And the poison
Alright.
didn't seem to do anything.
All right, well then he's just
Yeah,
going
undead
to...
are immune to poisons.
So
He was running
his
shank
normal to hit is 3, but this guy's outnumbered, so 4.
Yep.
And he hits.
That hits. Yep. AC 11.
All right. So what was the 2d6 plus 2? I mean d6
Just
plus
D6.
2.
And my damage.
So
is
4 more
weak.
damage to it.
Right. It is.
Is staggered or no?
Yeah, it is now staggered.
All right. Offhand, double claw thing. And add 4 to the weaker option. So, oh, that would hit.
7 and 11. That hits. Damage.
Another 3.
It is still up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
And then untouch the zombie boy. See who does
Can I
want to
make
go?
an intimidation to make it come at mange as a
Yeah, with
offhand?
disadvantage because of your silly voice.
Yep. Yep. So I'm just going. I don't actually have intimidation as a skill. I would assume.
So just roll a strength.
Strength.
In this situation, it'd be based more for strength than like intimidating them skillfully.
That was at disadvantage.
God damn.
Wow.
I have 17 strength, guys.
Yeah. So seeing that, you didn't charge here, did you? You just stepped up and hit.
I did not charge. No, he does not have advantage. I stepped through them and swung.
Natural 3.
Nope.
Just punches you in the breastplate. You hear several bones crunch as the hand like goes floppy. Alex.
Kind of look at Joel trying to punch this thing and doing nothing, and I'm just like, ugh. And I just stab the thing with my sword.
Alexandria, I have to remind you about something that you seem to have forgotten about.
Oh yeah, health.
Yeah.
Siegfried, you need health. I'm
No.
going to come over here.
No. Go back.
I-
Remember a certain chaos gift that you got recently that relates to your limbs.
Oh.
Yeah.
You don't need a short sword anymore. You can just turn your hand into a short sword.
Yes, but then I can't jack people off.
Yeah, it is only her main hand, so you can't do it with her offhand.
Yeah, so I'm just and I can't shoot my heavy crossbow because it's 2 hands. So I'm just gonna stab this guy with my regular short sword. All right.
I mean, you
so if she ever
could
gets
start.
disarmed or something, she can shift it into something, or she can
Alright.
just have the knife and then also be able to have a normal hand.
All right. I just wanted to make sure you remember that existed, and the dog is barking.
All right.
You're gonna shank. 15 hits and kills it. Yeah, so as
I'm
Joel is
just
like punching it in the chest, you just go up and just shank through the face. So it's in, out, and it just goes.
Wait, does it have to be the face? Because
collapses.
does it have to be the face? Because
I mean, generally, zombies like the chest, hitting them in the chest won't really do much. They don't really need
Okay.
the chest. Yeah, which you've noticed, like all the stuff that kind of hits them in the chest doesn't really do much. You're gonna have to hit them in the face or the head.
all right.
Cut the neck.
You can also
entirely.
just like stab. Like the majority of the skull will be intact. Just be like around the eye or whatever will have a big hole.
All right. Fair enough.
Yeah, you're gonna shank through the head, and then kind of blood bubbles out of it because when it collapses, kind of like you hear like a big crunch as its neck hits the side of the pool, and then it flops out. Siegfried.
Siegfried gonna slash.
+1 because it's outnumbered. That would
10
not do
still.
it. 10.
Alright. Well, oh shit.
Yep.
Someone gonna join this dog pile.
Here and start stockpiling the poor thing.
Poor thing, sure.
It's a zombie.
He nicks it.
Only 3 damage. Annoying.
It's like nick on its arm.
Ish.
Joel start
Well,
punching.
Step in. Natural 19 on his first punch. What does he do on a 19?
Disarm.
Disarm, knock prone, or push back, so he would knock it prone.
Alright.
He's gonna go in as distracted a few, he just comes in like whams it on the back of the head and it like stumbles and goes face down in the water. Then his offhand will be a disadvantage. Still misses though.
Alright.
Yeah, so he just whams it in the back of the head and knocks it prone. Mange. You have advantage.
Mange, with his advantage, is just going to unleash everything on it. It's just like, showtime! Isn't it lovely to be a multi-limbed fucking freak?
I wouldn't know.
All hit. It did.
Nice.
I see someone caught what I said.
All right, I'm cutting the heads off my kills.
Anything that Mange killed, he is taking an ear from. The first one that Siegfried did most of the damage to, he cuts out the second ear and gives it to Siegfried. We're even.
Hold on. Do you take the heads though?
Nope.
We don't take the heads. Mange collects the ears.
I'm taking
No, you
all
might
the
take
heads.
some of the heads.
As you're like collecting these bodies, any of the blood that kind of goes in the water seems to almost like bubble away. Like, not like it's being dissolved or anything, but like the area around it becomes like fizzy, like some kind of soda or something, and then the red of the blood just kind of vanishes from the rest of the pool.
Yeah, Solomon's going to take a little check on that.
Anybody that's standing in it would feel like a slight like tingling like around your feet where you're standing in it. Like, not unpleasant, just as like this weird, almost like pins and needles kind of feeling.
Yeah, you might want to step out of that.
Yeah. Joel would definitely
Mange
step
quickly takes his ears and gets out of the puddle. And instructs Skitscatch to do that too.
Time to check if this is literally acid.
Well, like, the tingling wasn't like a burning, it was like a weird like pins and needles feeling. It didn't seem like it was burning. And like the bodies in it were fine, it was just the blood that was kind of almost boiling away.
Hmm.
You know, there's
Those
also
Jules'
something
feet.
in the middle of the fountain. It might be something.
Yeah,
That's
the
just like
center
a
pole
small
of the
pedestal.
fountain.
Yeah, it's
Yep.
just the center of the fountain. Doesn't stand. Yeah, there's no like fancy designs on it or anything. It's just
Holy water?
yeah, it's just a pool.
Yeah, what's
Holy water would have killed the zombies or done damage at least. Probably. We'll see.
Hmm.
I mean, Siegfried is affected like a demon.
Oh,
Did
okay.
Siegfried,
think he
did
actually
Siegfried
stepped in the
ever
pool,
step
though.
inside though?
No, he was stepping around it. I was just thinking, if you wanted to test it,
He's not gonna. He's gonna keep his mouth shut about that. They will offer if anyone wants a vial.
yeah. Anybody that wants to can take a short rest. It would be your first
Alright.
short rest, so you
That's
get
gonna be
your
happening.
rolls.
All right, not really, because I'm going to collect skulls. How many can I collect?
There was
Or heads?
7 zombies. So yeah, you guys can all collect 7 heads.
Between all
shared
of us,
around.
we have 7 heads.
Well, 7 plus the other 3, you have 10 in total. 10 zombie heads.
Alrighty.
And we took a short rest, yes?
Yeah, you can.
Yes.
Short rest is just like a minute or so. So
And
Siegfried
that-
just take
We
a sec
catch our
to like
breath.
pop his armor back out where the zombie punched him.
And how much health can I regain?
Half of what you lost plus your con. mod.
Okay.
So you're 5
So
plus 4, so
9.
you're down 1. Yeah.
Okay, so for me, I lost 5. My
Oh, you
con
have to
is
roll
2.
for your short rest. So you get a 3 will check. Because it's your first short rest. And like keep a note somewhere on your sheet of how many short rests you have taken. Because you get fewer rolls the more you take. So yeah, for rest,
Rerolls only come back on a long rest, right?
Yes.
Alright, so I don't have
Rerolls
anything to short rest for.
Yeah,
Either
reroll.
I can easily take some more hits, and I have blessings aplenty to play with. So,
Right, so
Yeah,
Siegfried
there's
does his
nothing
thing.
else.
Solomon's
Alex
going
and
to
Solomon,
take
you
it.
both lost a touch of health. Alex has lost 1. Solomon's lost a bit. You could heal up if you wanted.
I took
You can take some
damage.
more.
Apparently you're at 25 out of 26. I don't know
Alright.
when you took, but apparently you did.
Oh, I think that was
Solomon's going
last section, and I forgot to put it back up.
Right.
Yep. Solomon's going to.
Yeah, because they do
Action
D8
out a
plus
bit.
2. Yeah, you couldn't have been hit by a zombie.
And if you got some vials, I'm going to take some of this water back.
Skipcat has a fuck ton of vials on him.
Skitscratch comes in and walks up and does
Yeah.
any that aren't
It's like-
currently filled with his poison minus like 2 more, so he has some for later. He's going to do
You can get like 5 vials.
5 vials of strange water. He says, "Is is interesting. Give to mama. I'm assuming something like that. I should stop trying to speak for Skid Scratch and force you to do the voice.
Since my original,
that's basically what you would do.
Since my original flask, I basically gave all the alcohol in it to Joel that one time. I'm gonna fill my flask up with this water.
Okay, you kind of dump it in and it glugs into it.
Do I feel anything as my hand kind of touches it besides just pins and needles?
Like the slight tingling, like pins and needles.
Can I try to inspect it?
You are an elf. Do you have arcane lore?
Not really, but I'm a bard.
Does
so...
anybody
Doesn't
have
any lore?
I have,
but I am a bard, so maybe.
I'd say roll an intelligence with disadvantage because you are an elf, so you have some innate affinity with magic.
All right,
you
got it.
Nope. Yeah. And you don't have the skill, so you can't reroll.
With pins and needle feeling. Second, I think, gives you advantage.
Yep. On anything relating to religious, holy, profane, deities, undead, demons.
This wouldn't relate to those. Sacred law just relates to like religious stuff. This is more magical than anything else.
Okay, so I'll just
it's too bad we don't have Rowan here.
Yeah, Rowan would be quite useful going into the Necromancer base.
Oh, so I'll just roll a basic int and see if I realize anything.
But if you don't have arcane lore, then you don't really have a reason that you would know. The only reason Alex gets it's because she's an elf. She has a kind of like natural, like slight understanding of magic.
Fair enough.
Yeah, mutants don't really have an understanding of magic.
Solomon's going to quickly test if anything happens with his blood since it's acid.
Yeah, Joel's not a full vampire yet. Yeah, it doesn't seem like acid. Like, it's not burning, it's just like a weird tingling.
Solomon is testing if his acid blood reacts like the normal blood to the water.
No, your acid blood burns. Your acid blood oxidizes.
It burns in it. Damn.
Yeah, it would burn yourself as well if you tested it. Like, you know how your acid does, and it doesn't make you feel like...
He was testing it on the water in the fountain.
Alright, get scratching. Mange are ditching us. Let's leave.
Yeah, you would put the water in the fountain and it would kind of bubble away like the other stuff.
We're spending too much time with this fucking fountain, so Mange starts walking away because he's bored.
You do have your... Skid Trash has 5 vials and Alex has a water skin of it. So you can always test it.
Did we lose Siegfried? No, we didn't. Good.
Joel, stop. Don't be a part of me.
Don't become a part of me.
Still teleported back to the zombie hole.
Ah, boy, more of these branching paths. But I might notice. I might notice something. That looks like a forge to me. We'll find out what it is. Should I roll?
Is there any light coming off of it? Because there's supposed to be.
It does look like it should have some light.
Yes,
but I don't
but since we do not have permission to view that token,
it should still produce light.
I mean, the light is sort of coming out at this direction that normally wouldn't be from Maine, so I think yes.
Yeah,
like, it's going at that.
Yeah,
it's going at this weird angle, so yeah.
Yeah, let me just check. Yeah, like if you look from here, like you can see the light.
All right, yeah.
That it was producing. Yeah, you would have noticed like some light seemed like from a fire from around the corner.
All right.
It's just I think it was because it was on the map layer.
Detection.
Yeah, that sounds good.
You guys see the thing. You can move up to get a better look, or you can guess on what you can see from it.
Oh, great. It's shiny, isn't it?
You look at it. It's from there. It seems to be a fireplace. You can like investigate it or something if you want, but it does look just like a weird fireplace. Like it's got a chimney that goes up.
Mange is going to investigate it. So is that a different kind of set? Different kind of roll, or would that just be detection?
I think it's still just perception.
Can we assume that I loaded my crossbow bolt again on the short rest?
Yeah, you don't even, like assume you reload shit in between.
Detection.
Did I roll as well?
Yeah. Well, Mange got a great success.
I sort of assumed that I would just take it at advantage because of you guys, so that's at advantage. So you're giving it to me, Solomon. You never rolled.
Yeah, so Mange kind of starts looking for him, like, between all the fire, you see this, like, sort of like red glimmer through it that isn't from fire. There's some kind of red glimmer
Would my
in it.
tentacle fucking burn because of the acid shit?
Yes. Everything still burns from fire. You don't have any fire resistance. It's just like
Crystal Man
fire.
region.
You could probably put it out fairly easily.
Are there tongs around?
Nope.
Alright,
Alright.
I come up to it and I pour my water skin full of weird water on it.
Alright. Roll a D100.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
As you pour out the water from the pool on it.
28.
28. Ooh. Let me check. This might do something funky.
Oh no. Oh no, no, no.
Oh no, no.
What?
All the water onto it. You see the water seems to like flicker and then turn like a ghostly kind of teal, this like green blue, and seems like partially invisible. And you can now see through it as there are a couple rubies sat behind it.
Mange
It's this like
reaches
weird,
in.
like almost ghost. Like it almost looks like the fire died and became like your closest guess would be a like close approximation of that.
Sapphire. You said sapphires or rubies? Because rubies are red.
Sapphire.
Mange reaches in with his tentacle to grab rubies.
Yeah, the tentacle reaches in and you feel the fire burn.
Mange retracts the tentacle and is just like.
It actually
I
burns
kind of-
now more than what it did before. It has become balefire rather than normal fire.
Oh shit.
Mange turns to Skit Scratch and say, "Does have regular water?"
Pats himself down and Skip Scratch would have like a water skin.
Even worse than
Mange
Balefire.
reaches out for it. Please give.
Yeah, he like throws it to you.
Mange grabs it in midair with the tentacle and opens it up with his hand and splashes
Like you
the water.
try to be trying to slap it and it falls down. You can't actually grab things with the tentacle.
Mange realizes this as it reaches the ground, just sort of rolls his eyes and reaches down and picks it up, then opens it. And now he
you
takes
pour it
the
over.
regular water and
You start
steps
pouring it on
back.
the fire.
Steps back and splashes it in case it's going to do
Just, like,
fucking anything this
pushing
time.
it towards the fire. You see, like as the water gets close, like before it even hits the fire, it seems like evaporate before it even hits the fire.
Mange turns and looks at Alexandria. If you make it so Mange can get shinies!
And Alex, roll a d6. All right. You guys don't know what that means. Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, you guys are looking at this
Goddamn.
weird, like blue-green fire that seems too hot to put out with water. It's like me, just like from getting the tentacle near, like you pulled back, like you could just reach in and grab it and like take a bunch of damage to get it.
Like, how
You just
much
have to, like,
damage?
I mean, you don't know. Not a fuck ton, but like it'd be more than a normal fire now.
Mange,
does weapons happen to get harmed by this?
Would what get harmed?
So
weapon?
Mange is going to take.
So,
Does anybody
might be
have?
like-
Mange turns to Alexandria and reaches out and says, "Give weapon."
I kind of reluctantly give him my sword.
Mange,
very nice, like dwarf style short sword.
Mange steps forward and slowly pokes the sword in to see if it just starts melting, and if it starts melting, he just retracts it immediately.
You kind of bring it near and you see at the end starts like glow, like red hot as you put it into the fire. But
And how
thankfully it's got
far
like
has
a
you-
wood.
What's up?
That's fine. It's like just behind the fire. You could like poke around and get them out.
Alright, so Mange is going to use her sword and get them out very slowly and carefully. And
Roll a dex, sleight of hand if you have it.
I do not have sleight of hand, so I'm just going to roll broad dex. And that is going to be a failure. Damn.
Yeah, so you start like poking around and kind of pulling them out. Your hand gets like a bit too close, and you kind of get like some fire like licking at your hand. And you're like, and like fiddle around and get it. Like it's a short sword, you kind of having to get a bit too close. So you take 2 fire damage, but you manage to like poke the rubies and have them like roll out.
And Mange is going to assume that they're still burning hot, because while he loves the shinies, he's not that fucking desperate, and is going to wait until he's assuming that there might be like glowing or emanating some form of heat, and wait until that goes away.
Yeah,
and if anybody else tries to encourage him to leave, if anybody else tries to encourage Mange to leave, he will hiss at them until he can pick up the fucking rubies.
Can I at least get my sword back?
Mange gives her back her sword, still like
How does
with
Mange
a
give
burning
her back
ass
the
blade.
sword?
Mange,
Does he just like hold it out to her, or does he do it the proper like handle first?
Yeah, he does the proper handle first way. He knows how to handle weapons.
It's nice of him.
Yeah, he hands you back. The blade of it is like glowing hot, but yeah, it's good steel. It's not going to melt under this fire.
And then we wait around long enough for the fucking rubies to stop glowing, burning.
Hang around for a few minutes, probably like kicking them around, like help them cool down a bit quicker.
Someone's going to check out the fireplace.
That you're able to pick them up and can like the hot potato, put them in your pocket.
Yeah.
I'm gonna kind of watch guard over here at this hallway and get my crossbow ready because I don't trust it.
That's fair. Someone, while they wait for that, is going to check out the fireplace for any inscriptions or anything. He's bored.
Yeah, you look around and nothing else of any real interest. Just this fireplace. There's no glowing blue fire.
No way to transport it, I guess, because balefire would be nifty to have.
Well, if you've got a stick, I've got some rope.
I don't think the rope would last long enough.
Probably not.
I mean, hell, we could barely make a long-lived torch out of the stuff.
Alright. Mange got Chinese.
Mange is happy.
Mange is gonna start moving along.
Yeah, we keep
there
going
are 4
upwards?
paths. We're going to go the one that was marked because that was number 3. Oh, Mange is going to sort of... assumably, Mange will make marks along the left side of the wall as they progress, like he did during that time.
I see something directly below me.
Yeah, so as Alex steps to there...
Oh, shit.
Why did you go ahead of Mange? Let Mange lead the party! Stay behind Mange! This is a repeat of why did you use your fucking sword? God damn it. You fucking degenerate filth.
Ooh, we rolled good.
You want loot after all.
Oh, skip charge rolled good too. And all of you roll initiative as this like ball of like tentacles just
damn, that's worth that roll.
off of the wall.
Yes. Pardon me a moment as I have Zlair give me a lovely little subscription on my Twitch to make up for Alex being a dipshit. Thank you very much. I'm finally going to roll my initiative, which is 1 point better than last time. So I'm assuming Mange has more dex than Solomon? What's your
He
dex
has 9,
mod?
so I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, so Mange goes before Solomon.
Yeah, yours is like what, 10?
Luckily, I get to
Mine is 15,
try out
so...
this hot iron sword.
Is it still burning at this point, or has it cooled down like the rubies?
You wait from the time for the gem, so it'd be like hot. So like it's still, like the sword's still hot, but I'm like burning hot. Yeah, it wouldn't be enough to cause extra damage.
Alright. Mange is going to say, "This thing not zombie, try poison."
You can move
apply
to step one.
Yeah, I
Let's see,
know.
20.
So Skip Scratch is going to apply poison to his weapon.
Roll an intelligence from Skip Scratch with advantage. Because he does have things there that aren't poison.
Intelligence at advantage?
Yeah, because he knows his poison stuff, but just in case he puts something else on it by accident. Okay, 16, he's good.
Alright.
Actually, no, 1, he's good. Same difference.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he kind of like, goes there, looks at it, goes, no. He like looks at the ones that are the water and takes out the poison one, puts it on his weapon.
Alright, so very quickly grabs the venom, applies it as a bonus action, and he is going to... I can assume he has enough of a maneuverability to sort of charge around this thing?
He can move through friendlies.
Yeah, so he's going to charge around everyone to here, and then...
Space.
Try
you can't
and cut
move
it.
through it. He can move up to there, yeah.
Alright, and with that being there now, considering I can't see what Skit Scratch sees through his token...
you can see what your light lights up, and he can see basically the same thing. So Skit Scratch can only see where the light is.
Alright. So he's going to fucking... So he has applied the poison to the short sword, because he can only do that as a bonus action. How long does the poison last again?
One hit, or a couple rounds if you mean.
Like in real time though, like would he be feasibly able to apply poison and keep it on there for the meanwhile, or?
Yeah, like it'll last a couple rounds if he doesn't hit anything, but if he hits something,
No, I mean
then
like between us walking around out of combat is what I mean. Like could he have?
It's not very viscous, so it would stay on for like 10, 15 seconds.
All right.
It's like very liquidy, kind of drip off.
All right. Is it technically outnumbered, or does it not get that disadvantage?
That doesn't really apply to this thing.
Okay,
It's just
that's
like
what I was
flailing
thinking.
tentacles.
All right, so that with a poisoned weapon, 19
Yep,
AC, and so it's 1d6 plus 2, and then there is the poison damage, right? Ooh, max damage on that. And Venom deals d8 damage, and it has to roll luck con to maybe half the damage.
Okay, I was gonna say D8, really? Yeah, but look go.
Ooh.
It succeeds.
All right, so it takes it rounds down or up.
Round down for damage.
3. All right, so 11 damage total from Skit Scratch to whatever this thing is.
This massive, like, flailing tentacles. It actually would be blue tinted, not red.
Just make it colorful.
Yeah.
All right.
There's a chin one.
All right, the dipshit that walked ahead of Mange.
This, like, blob of tentacles is coming at you, and not in the way that you want it to.
Oh dear. All right.
Yeah,
I just.
not the Slanesh spawn.
Okay, so let us freaking slice this thing. Let me slicey dicey.
Okay.
Oh, actually, sorry, this is a bit post-mortem, but I only ever rolled the first hit from Skit Scratch. Can I still do the other one at disadvantage?
Oh, yeah, sure.
I forgot about that. So,
Does this that runs up and, like, shanks it just as Alex tries something?
that would have been a fumble that I shouldn't have done. So now it can get a swing at Skit Scratch.
It's like Alex like, drives a blade into it just as like tries to slash at it, and one of the people slaps him in the face. No, it doesn't, because he gets a nat 2.
All right,
And you're like,
nice.
good, slap it in, but it like ducks underneath it, just barely avoiding it.
So would I be able to disarm him if he doesn't have any freaking
No,
weapons?
you can't disarm something that doesn't hold.
And you
a weapon.
didn't roll a 19, you rolled a 20.
Yeah, you rolled a 20.
Oh.
Yeah, only fighters get a thing that they trigger the 19 on a 20.
Siegfried is gonna move in and fight the thing.
You can't
You
go
can't
there.
move through it.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
up there. It's like technically Alex is in its space, but that's because like it's jumping on her. That's really just for the
So would
flavor
this
of
be
it.
considered close enough to hit it?
Hmm?
Oh, never mind.
It
All
takes
right.
up distance,
Okay.
effectively.
So could
Alright.
I be able to hit it from
Yes,
here?
you're there.
Yeah.
Attack it.
Nope.
Fuck.
Yeah, you go and swing this sword and like several times just kind of grab it and push it out of the way.
So in order for it to not swing at Skit Scratch, the only one who's done major damage to it, Mange is going to sort of motion
Not
for
your turn.
Siegfried to intimidate a motherfucker so that it attacks you instead.
It has multiple attacks.
Ah, boy.
Well,
Got a lot of tentacles.
Boy.
But for us,
Well-
it is easy. in Spawn.
Fucked up.
Yeah, you fucked
Gets
up
to feel left out.
by walking ahead of me.
Oh, hey, that's...
This is just to
D2
see.
plus D20.
Yeah, it's not actually plus. It's just to get them in one go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. See
You
who
rolled
this hit.
D2 plus D20.
Yeah,
so-
that's just to see what happens. 1, 2. So Alex,
Yeah.
roll me a luck will.
Right.
Will. You got it.
Yeah,
Let me
you got it. Yeah.
So you feel this like surge of like arcane energy just like hits you in the eyes, and it's like blurriness start to come up, shake and like focus your mental will, and just like push it off. As Ancient Spawn has a thing so that every turn it casts a random first or second level spell at a random target.
Oh no.
No action cost, and it just tried to cast blindness on Alex, but failed.
Oh boy.
That still does cost a luck. And then it has 4 tentacles, so it's going to go 1 at Skip. Misses. 1 at Siegfried. That is a 16.
Yep.
They have the +1 AC from Solomon.
Oh.
Yeah, I remember that one.
What is your sig?
Well,
what is your
at
AC?
16 it would exactly hit, though.
Yeah, so your AC is normally 50. So yeah,
Yeah.
that would hit.
Alright.
6
I like
damage.
How high my AC
Things,
is.
things seem to like rolling max damage against Siegfried.
Oh god.
Yeah, 6 damage on Siegfried, 1 at Alex. For a 16 as well. 1 damage to Alex.
1 damage? Alright, thank you. I'll gladly take 1 damage.
So
And
that's
then
the one
who's the
damage
last
that you
tentacle
took
to go
earlier. It was
Last
preemptive.
tentacle is that Natural 16, so that would hit. And 5 damage again. It's like 11 damage from 2. Yeah, so these tentacles start flailing around. One like nicks Alex's cheek. One like full on. 2 of them full on wail Siegfried in the chest as he kind of stumbles
Skip
backwards.
just
They are
dunges.
kind of buckling in.
Oof.
They're kind
Skip
of
just
ducking
dodges.
and diving underneath them all. Alright,
Oh,
Joel.
boy. All right, Joel. Don't steal the only applicable melee combat square from Mange. Would be a good idea.
So that he is fast. He'll just dash around to the other side.
Assuming he
Damn.
doesn't fucking hit
Or
anything.
another.
He basically has dark vision up to 10 foot, so he can just run around the wall. He can see it.
He can see it and go around, and he doesn't notice anything else pop out at him randomly to attack him. That might have been around that. Okay.
No,
Okay.
nothing is.
All right.
There's Plot
Okay.
here waiting for somebody to go past. Yep, so
Oh,
that's his
boy.
turn. Mange.
I think it would be a good idea if this thing didn't exist anymore. So we don't get advantage, and we don't get the +1 from surrounding it. But Mange is going to proc his ferocious rage and be like, "Die, weird tentacle thing! Mange, a better tentacle!" and whack with an axe. 16.
That'll hit.
All right, the dagger is at disadvantage. 11.
That would miss.
All right, tentacle.
Step.
22.
That hits. Oof. And you
And,
see, as it gets below half health, it starts to just go berserk. Then it
And,
starts flailing around even
Before
faster.
you do
Shit.
that, can I do an exploit with the axe to try and knock off one of its tentacles?
You can try.
All right, what is
That'd be a
that?
major exploit.
All right, so luck strength or luck will or what? Raw luck?
Luck strength,
All right,
I would say.
success.
Double check.
And so
the
I
major
lower
exploit.
my...
Yeah. It is just a
contested.
straight luck. But yeah. Yeah, it's just a straight luck, but yeah, that would still
But
succeed.
that would have still succeeded. I lose 1 luck, right?
Yeah. So you go running in and the axe like slopping off one of the things, the dagger slashing around but not managing anything. And then probably like Avatar style, 2 of the tentacles kind of slapping together, one burning the other. As
Lovely.
this thing starts to flail around all of these tentacles, and it gets upturn attacks now.
No.
3, 4. There are 5 people in his range. It is going for Alex.
Great.
Natural 17. 4 damage. As he sends him
Four-
to start flailing in all directions, and one whacks Alex across the face.
Alrighty then.
Next
Solomon.
person that can feasibly get into melee range is Skid Scratch because Solomon is the slow boy, and of course has been blocked from getting in range of the thing because someone decided to walk ahead of. Oh, all right.
You're running around.
If Solomon has any kind of range, you could do that. If not, you could try and find your way around the other side, considering you can't really see shit.
No, he
I'm
can't.
going to
He's the
wait
mutant,
right here,
remember?
prepared. Yeah.
Yeah, you
but
can
still.
see in darkness, but this is like pitch black. I guess there would be a bit around there. So say a roll of perception. See how well you manage to navigate through the dark.
He gets lost. Roll random.
Go over there and kind of bump into a couple walls a few times.
Ow.
You're kind of like just barely poking out of the light by the end of your turn.
Alright.
And then end of another person's turn, it gets another smack.
Hey! Come on, Skid Scratch.
3 at Siegfried. Natural 3, so that misses.
Good! For once.
Harmless ping on his shoulder.
That is a 12.
Skid Scratch's AC
He
is
does not
13.
have just out of the +1 from Solomon. Yeah, Tentacle's track down kind of hits into his armor, which like buckles in and just barely saves him from it. And then end of his turn again.
Nope. Disadvantage
Oh, yeah.
14 plus 3?
Yep, that'll hit. This one does not have poison. Roll you down.
Roll 1d6 plus 2, 5 damage.
5 damage. How does Skip Scratch finish it off?
Yes! Lovely. Skid Scratch does that one fumble, and as he does, he sort of just like almost drops his sword in midair, and as he's fumbling to get it, he barely dodges underneath the tentacle. Realizing this, he sees a weak point and comes up with the claws to stab.
Like ducking and diving, almost like Drunken Master style, seem like accidentally avoiding all of this shit. But unlike Drunken Master style, he is actually accidentally avoiding it. He staggers around, notices like this massive eye on the bottom of it, which he quickly runs for and just jabs his blades into repeatedly. Just stab and stab, 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 stab. Until the tentacles like flailing around viciously, just slowly like stop flailing around as viciously and then collapse the bottom, then collapse the ground.
Good work, Skid Scratch.
Mainjaw hands Skid Scratch the tentacle he cut off earlier. This yours! Chops off a tinier piece of it so he doesn't have to carry around an entire tentacle. This yours!
Maybe you
Alright.
can turn to lip.
Can I search to see if this thing does have a head?
It is a,
Does it have
is
a
basically
skull?
the token. It is basically the token that you see. It is this thing of... It's a big blob with an eye on it with like 80 tentacles coming out of it. So maybe the big blob bit is the head, but that is like twice the size of you.
Alright, I'm taking its eye.
Like, everything feels squishy. Like it doesn't feel like there's a single bone in this thing.
Taking its eye. And I'm taking some flesh.
Well, the eye has
trying-
been stabbed repeatedly. It's just mush.
Aw.
Yeah,
I'm
Skid Scratch
sorry
does
that's
not
how I
please.
flavored it. But it was cool.
Yeah, sometimes flavoring works out. Sometimes they make it bite you in the ass.
Is it edible?
Only one way to find out.
Well, for the right costs, Solomon would. He's left in the sewer. He's ready to try anything.
Octopus. So maybe.
Calamari?
Alright, I'm gonna try to get some prime cut meat from this thing, or the closest thing I can get to it.
Okay, sure. Demon flesh.
Tentacles
Okay.
didn't seem like acidic or anything. They were just smacking you. There's no like burns or anything, so you can just like cut off a few tentacles and put them in your bag.
How many?
I'd have like 30, so you can take as many as you want. They're not hard to cut off. You just grab the edge and hack at it if you
minus
like, you roll.
one that was cut up by Mange and then probably given to Skid Scratch as a pseudo ear.
Yeah. So you couldn't fit them all in your bag. You could grab like, well, probably like, comfortably fit like 3 or 4. You could probably shove like 8 in there if you needed to.
I'll take 4 of them. No use in doing it all.
She just like takes out a sword and starts hacking at the edges, and she like takes off a tentacle, which kind of like flails after it's cut off and sprays out this blood, but eventually calms down and she grabs up, shoves in the bag. She does that a few times.
Mange is going to take his axe and attempt to sort of just, cut through this thing nicely and open up its internals and see what's inside.
So it like goes in and just like straight through. It's like seemingly just flesh. And like as you cut it open, it's like splits open and all this like just like pinkish like various organs come out. Like there seems to be no rhyme or reason to them. Like the big thing of like intestines, like 4 hearts, like 20 livers, all just come spilling out of this thing.
Mange takes one of its livers.
I'll eat your liver with some fava
beans.
beans.
One of the livers, you see like twitch slightly and you turn it around and there's an eye looking at you. It's kind of looking around.
Wait, what?
Take the eye.
Yeah, as you pick up the liver, you feel like squirm a bit and you turn it around and there's an eye on the back of it.
That's no liver. That's a baby.
It's just like... Does anybody have any chance of knowing whether or not these things are intelligent in any shape or form?
If this is a demon, I have a shot.
Since you are a cultist and you are a mutant.
Success.
Is this thing a baby?
You would recognize this is a chaos spawn. This is what happens when a person gets too many chaos gifts that the body can't take it and they just turn into this. That small
so it has no
is
intelligence.
basically impossible to say, as every single different. Tentacles are quite common, but not always. But yeah, it's like that could be like a small baby. It could just be like a liver with an eye on it. It's really impossible to say. It could produce babies. It could just be a weird liver.
Mange is going to reach in and grab one thing that looks like a heart and see if that has an eye on it.
You pick that up and there's like a small, like, it was like amoeba style, like tentacle, just like a very small one that kind of flops around in the air.
Alright. And it's moving?
Yeah. It's like flopping around wildly, like it's trying to like grab at something.
He hands it to Alexandria and says, "Here, you're a child now," and then grabs another organ out of it.
Wait, which one am I taking?
You have the one with a weird tentacle flailing around.
It's like kind of like.
As you look through all of the organs, all of them are similar to that. They're like an organ with another small external organ attached to it. So there's like a lung that has like a perfectly formed like miniature arm coming out of it. It's kind of playing around and trying to grab things. Yeah, every single one has a different organ on it in varying different states.
Okay,
Mange is going to keep the liver with the eye and put it in his bag.
You just note that down and shove it in your bag.
And Mange is going to take the one... What are some of the other ones like?
There is a variety of basically any combination of organ and external organ you can think of.
Oh, good.
There's like a heart, there's like a gallbladder with like probably like 8 eyes on it.
Oh, that one.
He takes the gallbladder. Anything that has an eye on it, he takes.
So, like, pick it up and like several of the eyes like kind of close as your eyes cover them. You can like poking it in several eyes. Yeah, there's basically like, any combination of like internal and external organ you can think of. It's just
Solomon.
build out.
Solomon's going to check the stomachs.
Yeah, there's a bunch of stomachs. Are you like cutting them open to see what's inside, or just like what's on them?
He's going to check what they look like and how they feel to find out if it's eaten anything. If there's anything inside, he's cutting those things open.
Yeah, they all look like perfectly normal like human stomachs. I feel like they got like squeezing. They seem to have something in it. Like one tries to bite you.
It's stomach that eats people.
And like like cutting a couple open. Like there's like I feel like small rodents, like presumably like mice or rats or something that it ate. Yeah. Which went into various stomachs.
Are they digested at this point?
In varying degrees.
So it's not a pretty sight what someone does.
There's some that were clearly like eaten like an hour ago, some that have clearly been in there for days. And you see like the organs inside seemingly have no method of attaching, they were just loose inside there, so they all spilled out. So you really have no idea how it ate something and then it got into the stomachs, because they were not connected to anything.
Mange grabs one of the rats that looks like it's been less digested and shoves it in his mouth.
Yeah, you've like picked up like the back end of a rat and just.
Good lunch.
Yeah. And with that, Mange is like, okay, Mange bored now, and starts walking off, unless somebody tells him to stop.
Saruman isn't going to stop him. This is hilarious.
Steps over Solomon. Don't go in front of Mange! He turns to Alexander and says, stay behind Mange!
All right.
Then anybody that wants to can take another short rest after that. People want to recover hit points.
Yep, just hide down in this corner.
Yeah,
and just
let's take a short rest.
After any fight, if you want to, you can take a short rest, but keep a track of how many short rests you have done.
The only person that I would recommend even considering healing up from the short rest would maybe be Siegfried in this case.
Yeah.
I can do that with a blessing, but that would be meh.
You only have 2 blessings, and
You can do one more roll, Siegfried.
Yeah, so second rest you roll twice.
Alright.
Oh, so there was no long rest before we went here?
Yeah, you had a
was.
long rest beforehand.
And I
A
only
long
used
rest is
one
multiple
blessing.
days, yo.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I have my 3 blessings. I haven't used any since we went into here. Still no favors, though. I need to work on that.
Maybe make some of that stuff rot over there.
Literally what he does is just leave them there.
Oh,
gonna
This is
keep that
an
up.
underground cave with not a lot of life in it.
Yeah, it's not gonna make a lot of trouble.
It's not
Mordheim
gonna
is not
cause
that easy.
plague, especially considering we had to do something super fancy to even get in here in the first place.
Yeah. So you
Yep.
have to get Triad at the entrance to let you in and out, and she had to do like a fancy magic coin, or anti-magic coin, more.
Short
precise.
rest does not restore a class feature, does it?
It can. That's one of the options.
Alright, Mange is going to try and get the one ferocious rage that I used
From
back.
rest, from a rest, you can recover half of what you've lost in hit points. You can recover one expended ability or a reroll.
Oh, Can I
and
try
it's your
and get
first
that?
rest. It's your first rest. You roll 3 times,
Alright.
and keep a note somewhere on your sheet how many short rests you have done.
Alright,
This is
so I'm
gonna be a
going
more-
to get my I can get 2 things back, right?
Mhm.
Alright, so I get my
Yes, you
ferocious
get
rage
rage
and my
reroll.
reroll back.
Yep.
I don't have any other interesting section to put it in, so I'll just toss it there. So I've had 1 short rest, and I've gotten some of my things back. Cool. Oh, and because I gain stuff... Actually, no, I'm not healing. Okay, cool.
Oh, neat. I can recover a reroll pool die. I'll do that in another rest. Haven't used a single one yet.
You guys got to the end of that, and it seems empty. Nothing stands out in like the corners.
Mange is going to go and check what's over here.
I kind of go over to Skitchrock and say,
Follows.
hey, do you have one of those vials of that stuff?
Yeah, and it takes out a
Does
small
Mange
vial
hear this?
filled with water. Yeah,
Mange-
I don't. Like, is Alex trying to be like subtle about it?
Not really.
Mange turns to Alex and says, "Lady, not allowed any more vials," and tries to snatch it from her.
Skip just holding it. It's like, yes, I have some. You can just like take it from Skip Scratch.
No
I was
give
like-
ladies, no give lady vials. She caused problem already. Thinking back to the fucking fireplace earlier.
It's like shoves it back in the thing, takes him a couple of tries, and he looks down, carefully puts it back in.
Mange hands back the vial to Skit Scratch and then looks at Alexandria and says, "No."
Alright, I'll do it once we get back to the base. I'm just curious how it would react to this heart.
Wait on that thing. No cause giant big monster come out of nowhere in cave.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just
don't
wait
worry,
till
we
you
have
got
You
it.
can always get more if you want to experiment with it. Like, you do have the big pool. You could use some and then go and get some more.
Yeah. Alright, so this is, if I go this way, that's where we came back. That's where we came from.
Yeah.
So we're going to go, once again, don't move. We're going to start heading, there's nothing over here, right?
No, yeah, this seems to be like a dead end with nothing interesting in it.
Alright, so Mange is going to start heading back this way that we came and go down one of the other passages that we didn't go down. So we're back to here, basically. Up left a little bit. Where's Joel?
How does he keep doing that? I go to drag him with everybody else and he just teleports to the other side of the map.
It's vampire magic
that I've done up yet.
Alright, we're going left.
Left or right?
Okay.
Oh wow, this doesn't fucking matter. Okay, I'm gonna assume that around here.
As you come up there, you would see this.
Stay behind Mange!
Yeah, as you come up, you would see like the edge of your light is this like fairly nice looking like wooden coffin, kind of plopped in the corner.
Mange turns to Joel and says, "Is that your coffin?" As a
Can
really
I kind
bad
of give
joke.
him a little? Can I give him a little nudge? Kind of like, fuck off. I just give him a little nudge, like fuck off.
Mange smiles and says, "So since he's pointing out a coffin to Joel, would Joel like to look at it? Probably."
Yeah, Joel looks at it and she's like, "No, it's just a coffin. I don't use it. I have a bed."
Does he know anything about it inherently? Is what I'm getting at.
He knows that coffins are what you bury people in them.
Okay, so it's not necessarily
just because
actually
he's
a
a vampire sword doesn't mean he's like an expert on coffins.
Alright.
Most vampires don't even sleep in coffins.
Fucking racist.
Well, I don't know how it works in Warhammer universe, okay? Shut up.
Some people like vampires second themselves as like fancy nobility, so sleeping in a coffin be like, ew, no, I have this nice fancy bed that takes up like half of my room.
Yeah, true. Alright, so Mange is going to turn to everyone else and say, "If things move, you shoot!" and move forward. Stay here! So, Mange is going to basically approach this thing, and then he's going to think about it for a second and turn to Solomon and say, "You come with!" To stay, he wants Solomon to stay close enough so that he has the thing, so move it like a little bit more closer.
I aim my crossbow at the coffin and ready it.
Alright, Mange has a 15-foot tentacle. Can he attempt to open the thing with the tentacle from range?
The tentacle isn't really strong or dexterous enough for that. You could like slap the coffin, but it's not really strong enough to like push the lid off or like burn through it or
Mange
anything.
slaps the coffin really quickly and retracts the tentacle.
Yeah, slaps, leaves behind this like small bit of acid, just like hisses for a second, but yeah, nothing else.
Is it burning through the coffin?
It's not that powerful. It's gonna burn for a second and then goes away. It's like a lightly scorched mark on it.
Mange will step up, and at the very edge of his reach, he's going to reach out his axe and chop a little bit.
It's like chopping it, or you try and like pry it open.
Pry it open a little bit.
Yeah, you can like stick the edge in, kind of pry it and pop the top open. And like as the top kind of comes up, there's like this like seems like breath out of like old air or something that comes out. You kind of get a whiff of this like the smell of like rotting corpse. And then after a second, you see the lid starts to move up on its own.
And Mange is going to ready an action to swing at whatever comes out, assuming it's hostile.
And you see
too.
sitting up in the coffin, that doesn't really help, this like skeleton figure wearing this like very old and like rusted looking armor, this like blade that it kind of grabs and scrapes up, which is like a glow with this like a similar look to the fire that you poured the potion on, this like greenish fire kind of burning across it, and it sits up in it kind of like
Mange is taking a fucking axe swing at it. I have lost, after the short rest, I have lost the benefit of the ferocious rage, of course.
you could rage again if you wanted.
Not yet.
But sitting up with this sword outside, and it's kind of like
Since I was sort of ready for this, can I get an advantage?
turns to look at you, and then you just swing your axe at its face.
Would it be alright if I got advantage on that swing?
It's not really a surprise attack. It knows that you're there.
And before is going to try to talk.
Okay.
Oh,
So yeah, you swing your axe and hit it in the head, and the axe skitters off.
Ooh. No damage?
Yeah, nothing that you can tell. He just kind of looks at you and says, "You shouldn't be here."
oh good.
Oh boy.
And
Alright.
Solomon,
I'm
did you
going
do
to
that
assume
already?
magical in some shape or form.
Yes, Solomon, you can roll a religious law. So I think, religious law would cover this.
Great success. I know an odd amount of this specific
Recognize
type.
this as a white, which is like basically the
undead.
most powerful form of undead short of vampires.
Oh,
And it's like these things, like, you need magical or cold iron weapons to hurt them. Anything else would just bounce off of them and do nothing.
oh, thank
Does
God.
he
I can
communicate
do
this to
something.
Mange?
Well, you can do that on his turn. As you hit it with an axe, so it's just getting up.
You could
It
have
might have
talked
been-
to it.
It might have been willing to talk if you hadn't just whacked it with an axe out of the
But
gate.
I'm Mange!
Yeah, it's there, but it's just like...
Don't want that in there. I mean,
I want to try something. If I get fast enough, roll. If I don't, that's just tough life.
Can I get a decent roll for once? Yes, finally.
God damn it! Fuck, I'm my first turn. Damn it!
So Solomon communicates this to Mange, right?
Yeah, it's like a free action. He can like tell. He can just like shout out that like, "Oh, you need magic for this thing."
That's a fight. We need magic to beat it, or even harm it. And it
So
also
Nobody has
Currently-
cold iron. Does Joel count?
Currently, I think Skip Scratch is the only one that can hurt it.
Who?
And Solomon has something that's going to help us a lot.
Yes, Skip Scratch has all of his weapons count as magical while he's holding them. I don't think anybody else has any magical or cold iron shit.
But I have a blessing I can use.
Alex has a
What is-
silver fork, but that wouldn't.
It really bless your weapon.
Yeah.
Bless
But I
weapon gives
need
it
to
magical.
touch it.
Yeah. So Mange, you just had Solomon shout out that you need magic. So what are you gonna do?
All right,
I don't
Mange
think he
is
knows I can do
going
it.
to. So what I'm going to do? I can't move 5 feet without getting an attack on me now, right?
No, it is in melee and it's got a sword in its hand.
All right.
I'd
so
say because
Mange,
it's like sat down, it would have disadvantage on the opportunity, but you could move out.
all right, Mange is going to take that. It's attack of opportunity. Let me finish the full thing first. And he is going to reach out his axe. He can only do one weapon, right?
Yes, and the tentacle doesn't count.
All right, he's going to reach out his axe to Solomon and say, "Make work!" And he's going to take the attack of opportunity, but in return, once Solomon does the thing, he is going to prep an attack for whenever it gets in range to swing at it again with the axe.
I like the trust that Mange has in Solomon and having that blessing because he doesn't know that yet.
That is a 12, so I think that misses.
Yeah, that would miss.
Yeah, as this blade kind of slashes through where you were a second ago. And it's kind of like awkwardly sitting up and trying to swing from that position doesn't quite have the reach it needs.
Wait, are you saying that you don't have that thing yet?
Oh, I have it, but Mange doesn't know it.
Yeah. Solomon, what are you doing?
I'm gonna try and cast Blessed Weapon on the axe.
Alright.
Great success. Now I need to roll a d6 times 10.
Yeah, that can last past this combat.
50
So-
minutes.
Twice an hour.
That's almost an hour that Mange's Great Axe now counts as a...
So what does
Magic
Solomon's blessed weapon look like?
As Solomon reaches out, he touches the axe with his entire fucking hand on the blade.
Great Father Miracle, bless this weapon in our time of need against this undead prick.
Oh boy.
Yeah,
Lovely.
if he had been faster, he would actually have tried to do something else, but bygones.
And like, is there any visible thing on Mange's axe when you do it?
It will start glowing a sickly green.
Just much like his horns.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
fairly.
the horns are pretty. This makes you feel little if you're just looking at it. It doesn't do it.
But I'm also a Skaven, so I don't care about how icky it looks. I know that's going to work now.
Yep.
Yeah. Solomon, you can move and stuff if you want.
I'm going to move over here to give it a better shot and make it easier for the others to get in close.
Do you have any magical weapons, anything?
Not yet.
Why are you moving closer to it? Move
Because
further
then it
away.
gets- Okay,
I think it's
fine.
just that he's not in like the direct line if somebody shoots. But yeah, you can move that way.
Yeah, you can move to the side. I don't think the
So
ranged
what's-
weapons will do anything anyway because they're not magical.
I could put a fork in my
I said
crossbow.
Nat 19 stuff will still apply. So like if you get nat 19 on a heavy crossbow, like you don't do any damage.
Hmm.
Okay, but if I put a silver fork in my crossbow and fire it, will it do anything?
You don't know. Solomon only mentioned magical.
He only mentioned magical
Well-
and cold iron.
Did you also? Yeah, fair. He would have said. Yeah, he would have said magical or cold iron. It's like Alex could
You're
try.
thinking demon. It's a fucking undead. That doesn't count.
So yeah, it's not your turn yet. So yeah. So what's Skid Scratch doing, Mange?
So Skit Scratch is going to move up next to Mange. And since he has some of the only magical shit, he is going to apply poison to one of them and prep to swing that at him whenever he gets close. So 2 prepared actions from both of the Skaven with magical implements. And I'm going to assume that since it didn't like Mange at first, it's probably going to come up to him first, but we don't know yet, so...
Yeah. It like stands up, and you see like it's not on the up, but like around its shoulder and back, it is like as opposed to the rest of it, which is like fairly like decayed and like rusted up iron and stuff. He has this like perfect condition like purple cloak, which is, like stands up, and there's you see like a slight like so like almost like white shimmer come off it, almost like spider web spread across him for a half second. He looks up and goes, I'm free.
What?
Yeah. He goes, the breeze.
The breeze?
Yeah, if you can't make out what it's saying, then you can't really make out what it's saying. Just like,
The breeze.
yeah, something like that. So he kind of goes over, and he just like stands up, walks over to the wall, puts his foot on it, and just starts walking along the wall. It goes up, and yeah, it would have enough to move around like this.
Nuts.
As you get an attack as it moves across your area.
Oh, so it's going for me. Oh boy.
Yes, that is all you bless his weapon. Yeah, Mange, you can get an attack.
Oh,
as it
he
comes-
said, a priest.
Yeah, you went, the priest.
Jolly good times.
Proc! Ferocious Rage.
Oh boy.
You can only do that as a reaction, and your held action is a reaction.
Goddamn. AC 17 damage for...
17 hits. Yeah, you swing your axe, and with this like sickly green energy around, you like hit it in the arm, and it does like cleave through, like it clearly like hits through the armor and does something. Not a whole lot, but it does something. And it comes down, kind of like holding the blade by its side, just brings up these hands, these claws extend, and again this like sickly like green blue fire stuff comes out and it slashes at Solomon.
Oh boy.
That is 15, 19.
Damn it.
That's 6 damage. And give me a luck will.
Oh boy.
Yeah, 6 damage and a luck will.
That's a success.
Alright, succeed.
And down to
There's
13.
like slash go across you, and you feel it's like draining coming out of you, but you manage to resist it. And then it brings up its sword, which also slashes at you. And that is a 12.
Oh, thank fuck. I want that slash, by the way.
Backwards, it kind of glides just in front of your throat.
Oh, and we need to roll for acid.
Did the acid even hit it?
It's not magical, it's not hurting anyway.
Still.
Yeah. As the like
Almost
acid
getting
look on its screen out across its hand, and it's like
Then-
you see like pitting at the old iron, but not doing anything noticeable to him.
It's like pretty much do anything. I'm going to come up to Solomon and I'm going to use Cure Wounds or whatever this is.
Cure light
Cure
wounds.
light wounds, I think.
Alright, let me see here.
That comes up like energy building up around the
Cure
hand.
Light Wounds is a D2, 2d4 plus the caster's int modifier.
Yeah. That's 2d4 for Alex. Okay, roll you 2d4 for heals.
You got 6 back.
What's your int mod?
Go back.
0.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just 4. Yep,
Get
and then
back
roll
the
you-
damage I just lost. That's nice.
And reroll Dark and Dangerous Magic. I succeed, and I put it up 1.
Oh yeah, I need to raise
Right.
mine up because I used my blessing there. Now back to 2.
yeah, blessings increase it. So yeah, Siegfried.
So, Siegfried's thinking, if he heard the whole armament, he's thinking of actually trying to strafe around and go towards the coffin, see if there's anything in there.
Yeah, you can like move through skip, scratch, and all that if you want.
Yeah. So he.
You gotta kind of tap up to it.
Dirty.
So you run up and you start like you start sifting through the coffin. You can go up to there and start looking through it. Yeah, Joel, knowing that he can't hurt you, he's gonna stand up to like try and protect Alex. Mange.
All
Aw,
right.
thanks, big fella.
Mange is going to now officially proc his fucking ferocious rage. So he's gonna go back down to 1 use of it, and he has it for the next 2 rounds on the great axe. And he's going to swing that bad boy at the weight. Does not hit.
Nice. Yeah, sadly.
Swing the axe and like clips through the armor. You don't manage to actually catch it. And then yeah, your dagger and tentacle won't do shit. It's all
But Mange is going to, as an off action, attempt to intimidate at disadvantage.
You can't. It's an undead. It's not bothered.
Oh
It's an
yeah,
intelligent
as an
undead.
healing spells hurts.
Yeah,
it,
and
doesn't
it knows that Solomon keep blessing weapons, so it should take him down.
Yep.
You just give everybody a magical weapon. So he'll take a couple of hits from Mange if you can take out the priest doing it.
Yep.
I have a short
And
sword.
I kind of fighting it because it
Water!
is standing sideways on the wall.
Yeah.
The water.
It's water.
Yeah.
We don't know
Solomon.
if it is holy water, but we'll find out. Yes.
So
I was going to try in the less skits.
I remind you, I
weapon,
think-
but he's not in reach.
I would say I think you can cast Cure Light Wound if you're blessing, right?
I can also give it a time of lay on hands, which is 1d4 per cultist level plus my will modifier.
I think like I think that if you can use Cure Light Wounds, the Cure Light Wounds you cannot use to cause damage. So if you wanted just to slap it with the like damaging energies of magic, you could do that.
Also, I can't use my lay on hands to literally burn it with a piece.
I don't think a Lay on Hands can like the Cure Light Wound spell says it can be reversed to cause damage. I think
Yeah.
your Lay on Hands is different.
And that is basically just used to heal, so...
You can cast Cure Light Wounds.
Yeah, but
Well, you
my
can bless.
modifier is... My modifier is 1, actually. But I'm going to cast Bless Weapons on... my own battle axe.
I was gonna say the only people within range are Joel, who punches, and Alex, who just has a knife. Essentially.
Or me with my other dagger.
Yeah.
Is an offhand at disadvantage, so not worth.
Yeah. I'm gonna
And
try
a
and bless my
tentacle
own
doesn't
battle axe here.
Alright.
Another great success. So that's now blessed.
For how long?
Rest.
10 minutes.
10
minutes. Shit.
That'll be the
Siegfried's
combat
act.
for the most part.
Blow it.
Yeah, I'll have it for basically 10 minutes. That's good.
Good scratch.
Skid Scratch, step in. Does this count as outnumbering, or does that not apply?
Mange would have had that, but that wouldn't have helped anyway. Yeah, because all three of you can actually threaten it. So yeah, you do counter that number wrong.
Alrighty.
Wouldn't have had
So
it.
he has two weapons, and Mange sort of makes note. Try water! So Skit Scratch will take out one of the vials of water instead of the venom, and apply, because venom won't do anything to it, it's undead. And Skit Scratch would probably know this already. He's going to try the water as an offhand action, as a bonus action on his sword. Does anything happen?
Yeah, he pours it on there, and there's no water on his sword.
Alright, well, now he's going to try and swing said sword at this dude.
Yeah, I'll say for the water, since it is just water, it will only apply for like the one round. If he misses, it's gone. If he hits, it's gone.
You missed.
Takes it.
With that,
He swings the sword, water splashes across the wall. Does nothing.
and offhand action isn't at disadvantage. That's his thing, right?
No, that's only Joel because he punches.
Alright, so that,
It's
and then
kind of
again, well, great. Not 18.
22 hit. Yeah, 22 hits. Doesn't do anything fancy though.
What was the damage on the weapon, too? 7 damage.
And, like, slashes out with that, and he's kind of like, scrapes across the armor, the water splattering across the wall, doing nothing. Then he shanks in with the other one, stabbing into it. And like kind of looks down and like, if a skull can look surprised that actually hurt it, it could.
It's just like I didn't suspect the little fucking rat thing to hurt me.
Too dark.
Hey!
And then comes in another claw going for Solomon again. Say 14.
Oh, thank God.
No hit. 15.
Scratch down, kind of just skitters across your skin, just barely avoiding actually cutting in.
I'm so
then the
happy for
sword.
Crystal's skin and that freaking watch, though. It's right now.
And the sword comes in and gets to slash at Skit Scratch. Ooh, that's a double nat 16.
Alamon is literally going to try and save Skip by punching him with his shoulder.
Can Mange actually attempt to take that for him as a exploit of some sort?
Any one person can, because that will be 10 damage.
Let Mange do it because he takes half damage.
Okay. Yeah.
Dex and then a luck.
Hopefully you
Roll
don't push Skip
Nat
Scratch too
Dex,
far.
then Nat Luck.
Yes,
Regular-
just flat luck.
Flat Dex, Fat Luck. Dex, great success. Luck, success.
Nice.
So how does Mange block this sword coming in?
Mange, so I'm assuming that the tentacle doesn't fucking grow back, but Mange is going to, with an armored portion of his his main hand, he's going to like hold out to the side and just sort of block at the arm and say, "No hurt!" and sort of just take it on that arm.
That's it. And I think I've forgotten to mention it. A house rule kind of thing for the rescues is that you can choose either like you can roll it normally and just block it, or if you want to take the hit yourself, you can roll them with advantage. But since you succeeded them normally, I won't make you take the hit. Just in future, you can do that if you want to really make sure.
Oh, I didn't even notice that was it. Cool. All right.
Yeah, yes, I think I've forgotten to mention it because rescues don't come up that often. But yeah, that is a thing you can do in the future. Like jump in front of the arrow to take the hit.
All right.
Still costs.
So Mange blocks it. So we're down to 9 luck.
You kind of block it aside of like the arm on your not shin, forearm. You can like push it aside so the Skit like backflip basically out of the way.
Mange screams, "Small big ball lady, use fancy magic. Try heal everything."
Alright, I'm gonna kind of come over here and I'm going to use Cure Light Wounds.
On the enemy.
Yeah. Let me...
If you...
That would be a 20 plus your attack bonus plus your dex. Basically like a short attack. Gotta slap him.
Okay, so it would be... So
Yeah,
2d20 or 1d20?
1d20.
Your short sword attack basically, but different damage. It's the
So
same.
just roll your short sword.
Alright.
Nope.
7 that misses. You do still cast the spell though. So you can like channel this energy into your hands and go to touch him, but he's gonna like kind of bring the sword and like swings the sword and you pull your arms back for fear of getting your arms cut off. Then the magic kind of fades from your hands.
Oh wait, does that mean I actually still cast the
Yeah,
spell?
you can
you still
the
cast
spell.
the spell. That's the downside of using it as an attack, is that you can miss. Yeah. Yeah, you don't trigger DD on there. It's like magic kind of fades from your hands, but you manage to not get your fingers cut off by his sword.
Well, I'm out of spells.
Siegfried.
Alright, so does Siegfried find anything?
Oh, you can spend your time like searching it. You can roll perception.
Oh, so it kind of like closed back up, or?
No, it's open, but you have to look for
And
it.
you just have to like kind of look around it properly. You're like feeling along for hidden doors and all that kind of thing.
Alright. Alright, so what would I be rolling? Perception?
Yeah, perception.
Detection if you have it.
I do.
You can re-roll that because you have the skill.
I do.
That is better.
Sorry.
0, but that's fine.
So you go like looking around through it and eventually find like one part of it is kind of hollow and you punch through that and you find in the bottom of it is this like silver chain connected to like leg manacles, which is like as you touch it like fuck.
Ah.
Can he communicate that to Joel though? Wait, would Joel doesn't take it from silvered stuff, does he? Because that's
No,
that's
he's
not
a
an
vampire.
Yeah, but he also breaks weapons.
But it's just a pair of manacles. It's not a
It'll
weapon.
still break.
No,
Can
he's
I
not
try?
using it to attack somebody.
Oh, alright.
Yeah, basically anything he uses it to attack with. If he rolls a 1 to 5, then it breaks. But he can like hold things and hand them to people and all that. It's just if he attacks.
All right.
Yeah, it's like when you find those, you can like it kind of burn your fingers. Thankfully, like you need to actually pull them back before you take any damage or anything. Like you could like pick them up, you're just gonna take some damage from it.
Could he try to lift them on the tip of his sword?
Yeah, that would take a bit longer because you kind of search the place, find that. Like you could spend your next turn doing that, kind of picking it up and handing it over to somebody like that.
Yeah.
Or if you want to
Or you could just yell at Joel and say, "Hey, pick this up."
Yeah, because his turn is next.
Yeah.
Oh, true. Hey, Joel, come have a look at this.
Yeah, Joel comes over, like picks it up. It's like, but this is silver, cold iron. Run out
Yeah.
this thing.
Do it.
It won't help. It's silver.
Oh.
You need cold iron.
Shit.
Silver is demons.
Alright, maybe just don't dangle it too close to me. Long story.
Great job.
Well, it's not like Joel could have punched him anyway.
Hooray for you. You did it.
Gosh.
Yeah, Joel isn't a monk. His punches aren't magical. He's just a guy that punches because he can't.
All right, Mange. Once again, as you might expect, this, and then there's a +1 on. Is it from surrounding him? It's a +1 to damage as well, or just
Plus
to hit?
what? Just to
Just
hit.
to hit. All right, so that AC 11. Fuck.
Nope. This is a very weird angle to be fighting at. Because it's not like he's stood on the floor. He stood up the wall sideways. Looking like, I mean, he's like confused about how the hell to hit this thing. So I imagine his body's like, what do I swing at?
All right. Can as one of my off action things? Never mind. I don't think that would work anyway. Go ahead.
Alamon is going to use his last blessing to bless Alex's weapon. If it works, let's see.
Well, it always works.
Oh,
You
thank
just might have
fuck.
a repercussion.
Whew, okay. That's the third blessing. Now Alex's weapon also gets a nice green glow. That's not
For
fun to
how
look
long?
Yeah, roll a d6.
Let's see.
See how long she gets it.
at. And the 20 minutes.
Skit scratch. since he missed with the first little thing of water, can he use a bonus action to just like try and splash the water at the dude?
Yeah, you just like take it off and throw it at him. So that'd be like, it'd be basically an attack roll. You just basically roll a hit. It'd be a dex-based weapon.
So that's plus just his regular to hit bonus thing?
Yeah. So d20 plus 3.
Plus 4 because surrounding, or no?
Yeah, plus 4.
16.
16, that hits. Roll a d100. Let us see what happens.
61.
61. Let us see.
Dies instantly, dies instantly, dies instantly, dies instantly, dies
Oh no, he's
instantly.
laughing.
He's laughing. He's laughing.
As he splashes this water on him, and then you see the form of it kind of shift and move and start to speed up.
No!
It's now twice the normal speed, and physical attacks have a 50% miss chance.
Oh, fuck's sake.
Something.
Oh, I fucked it, did I? I fucked it.
Mange says, "Not him, me!" and wants him to use his elder action to throw another water thing at him instead.
Yeah, bonus actions. Yeah, so he like bonus action through that, and he can action throw one at you. So yeah, d100.
Yeah, what?
40. I think that's just as per the spell. Let me have a check.
Oh boy.
Yep. Alright, let's find what this does.
Mange dies
30.
instantly. End of Mange.
Wait, roll a d6.
Oh boy.
Oh no.
1.
He's fucking.
You guys can watch as mange just vanishes. And mange,
fuck's sake.
you are invisible.
Fuck.
You've had the invisibility spell cast on you. As soon as you attack or anything, it will end.
Oh! Oh!
So that he was banished.
The water does a random potion effect whenever it is applied to somebody.
Ah, lovely.
Oh!
So it's only. So I'm going to assume that most potions are positive, right?
There's a mix. Most of them are positive, but there are some bad ones. Like one is just straight up poison.
Alright.
Fuck.
Turn. Let's check. Can undead see invisibility? That might be a thing.
Some
they can
can.
do.
I'm not sure about the white.
Undead.
Wait, so does that mean we're in the dark now?
Yeah,
Yes.
because mange is light invisible. You have the light of
You can
Alex's
still
horns.
see.
Yeah.
What about Skid Scratch?
Nope, he can only see the light of Alex's horns.
I'd
Which
actually seen
covers
a
him.
bit better.
Yeah, like Joel can see in the dark. Like you guys should be able to see around that, but like Siegfried and Solomon can't see that. You can only see like Alex's light.
But I'm a sewer mutant. If I have light, I can see better than the others. That is much of a help.
You're right next to Alex, so you can see it.
Yep. Which is a good thing because it's going to
But
attack
it's
me.
his turn.
Who does it want to hit now?
Yeah, because there's basically 4 people who can hurt it.
That applies to it. Actually, doesn't matter. 10 minutes would be a full combat anyway. If this thing lasts 10 minutes, I'll be fucking impressed.
That's 100 rounds.
Who does it want to hit?
60.
Let's see. Who is it wanting? Who wouldn't hit Scatcher for claw? Who's the one who picked claw? Sending Alex with the claw.
Oh, great.
A 17, so a 22.
Yeah, that definitely hits.
Alright, that is 3 damage and a luck will. As its claws come out and just scratch across your face. It's like going to scratch you across the chest. Like a fairly light scratch. It's not a whole lot of damage. And
Alright,
then you
roll
feel
your luck.
like energy kind of pulls
Well,
into you, be like,
actually,
push it off.
Does that lower luck?
Yes. Any luck save lowers luck unless they say otherwise.
Alright.
Yeah, these claws kind of cut across you. And then seeing your scratch is the squishiest of the group, he will. So that is a 16.
This is to
does
take
with-
damage in this stead.
It's a dex and a luck, both with advantage.
That one was
Because-
at advantage already.
It's
I
a
can't
dex,
reroll
not
lucks.
a dex, not a strength. But yeah, you would have succeeded. Yes, it's like mage goes like a grab. You're not quite sure like where your hands are, so you're gonna go to grab it. And you like just like a second behind.
Damn it.
As the blade cuts into 7 damage, just gets scratched, which takes him
Gets
down.
Yeah.
Shit.
This blade is like gonna cut across. He falls backwards. And roll a d20 for me. Let's see what injury he gets if he survives.
10.
I do. Yeah. 10
Bother eye.
damaged armor. Yeah, 10 is
Okay.
damaged armor.
That can be replaced.
Until repaired, your armor provides only half the normal AC bonus.
Alright.
It's gonna, his armor gets his massive gash down the front, which kind of makes the entire bottom half just fall off. Yeah, just note that on his sheet. His armor now gives only +2 AC because it's medium armor.
Alright.
Alex.
Your weapon
That
is
is if
lost.
he's
I'm hitting this thing with my sword.
Better actually fucking hit it. 17 damage for
Alright. Roll a d2. That still hits. So he has a 50% chance to avoid any physical attacks. So after any attack, you roll a d2. On a 1, it misses. Thanks to skip damage. It's formed like blurring and it's like shifting around, but you can like time it for a second and stab in. You're gonna feel it sink in, and you do something to it. Siegfried, you are in darkness. All you can see is like Alex glowing over there.
I would try to see if I can reach out and like pat Joel or something.
Yeah, so you can feel him there. He's like right next to you. So you
Hey,
can see
Mike.
Alex. Can't see like the bit around Joel.
He's your seeing eye thrall.
Yeah.
There we go. Now you should only be able to see Alex.
It's like, hey,
You can also
Joel,
see me a bit.
you mind getting us around? Maybe Solomon give me a blessing or something.
Do I hear that?
Yeah, you can still hear them. It's just dark.
I'm all out.
No more blessings.
It feels like
You
probably
would just
best
you could just say, well, don't tell him that. Motioning in the blackness to the.
Yeah, I think you'd be like, just stay here. Like, probably best not to get in the way. Yeah, I think Joel, he'll like step up and like pull Skit Scratch back out of the way. Since he
Where
can
the
still
fuck
see.
is my turn?
Yeah, you're next. I just have you on the GM layer. So what are you doing? So you're still right next to it. It's like Joel went first, so he's gonna pull Skit Scratch back. So he doesn't get
Invisibility
stabbed.
removes the invisibility check. Do I get any sort of advantage with this?
You have advantage because I checked. It can't see you.
Alright. Mage is going to proc his Ferocious Rage again because it would have worn out by now. He's still technically outnumbering this thing. And at advantage, please fucking hit it. Damn it. 27.
Yeah, you can
9
go in and
damage.
like hack the axe into its chest, and it sinks deep in. And that is a hefty hit, but it is still alive.
Is it winded though?
It is very hurt. It's in
Staggered.
single digits now. It's definitely staggered. Yes.
Alright. Finish it!
Solomon?
Solomon once again being able to see properly and fully because of the light again.
Yeah.
He
As
very
you
much
approach,
wants to kill this.
blinded for a second as the mage's light comes back. Like, Solomon, you're fine. Yeah, Alex. But see if you can, like, mage just really hit, like, ow, fuck! Like, just blind you for a split second. Solomon, what are you doing?
Someone really wants to kill this. How do exploits work again?
Oh, wait, Alex. Oh, wait, mage, roll a d2.
Yeah. We need to stop doing this where us forgetting. Okay, I do hit. I do that damage. Okay, good.
Solomon, what are you doing?
I want to do an exploit. Try and pin it against the wall for the others.
points you do after you hit.
Okay.
So the next way is you hit and do damage, and then you can do something extra. And if you hit and do damage, you will probably kill it.
Roll 1d2.
Roll a d2. On a 1, it is still alive. On a 2, you kill it.
Beautiful.
So how does Solomon finish this thing off?
He shoulders it into the wall and takes its head with his axe and just rips.
He shoulder tries to, like, it's standing sideways, so imagine like bop it so its foot slips off and it kind of slides down the wall, and you bring the axe, like chop it in. The axe kind of buries a bit into the stone of the wall, since it is magical currently.
Yep.
And it digs in there, like the body slumps to the floor while the head stays like supported up by the axe. You see the head just kind of.
And he pats the head while it slowly dies.
Oh, everyone loves that.
Can I put it in
Mange
my...
uses his dagger to cut off an ear before anyone does anything.
It does not have an ear.
God damn it.
It's like breath that kind of rasps out of the skull, and you see like the glowing light slowly fades. It's like the glowing light of the sword also slowly fades.
Alright, can I take it?
Oh, I
Take
want the
its
sword.
head?
Yeah, it's kind of held up in the air by Solomon's axe.
So it's up to Solomon.
Sure, take the head. I don't have a use for it. Solomon's busy trying to check the sword out after it lost its glow.
Mange looks at Alexandria and says,
pass those luck will saves, as if you fail those, you lose a level.
Yeah.
What?
I'm not quite as mean, so I'd say it would be a partial level, but you do still lose a level from it. Like, default rules, you lose an entire level from it hitting you with the claw and failing a luck will. I kind of nerf a bit so it's just a partial level, so you're not like 5 sessions behind everybody else.
God damn.
Yeah, getting hit by the claws is bad.
Yeah.
And then
why
you guys are out of healing, I believe, and nobody is a doctor.
I
So
have a apothecary, so yeah.
yes,
It's kind of the healer.
yes. They're rolling
Carry the
con
shit out,
save.
skid scratch.
So yeah, just roll a con for skit scratch with advantage. Because Solomon can go and start tending to him.
Con.
Is that with advantage?
No, that was without,
Yep,
so
roll
I
again.
can take that.
No, it's not. Solomon doesn't roll skit scratch rolls.
Do you want me to do it then?
Yeah.
Fuck! Those are even worse. He has a 9 for a con.
Yeah, and he does not have any reroll.
Don't say it ain't so, please. Oh no.
Well, apothecary can stabilize him, but we're not going to get him up.
Yeah, is to avoid it, you have to do the healing before combat ends. It's like as you kind of go to it after the combat, you see this like big gash across his chest. So you can see like the bones. He just like as he bleeds out before you can get to him.
Really?
Yes. Reroll will only be used for this. I'll say Mange, you can use your reroll for him if you want. Since he is basically your NPC.
Yes!
You can give him one reroll.
Yes!
Thanks for watching! Now you gotta do that thing with the thumbs up and the subscribe. Oh, and ring that bell. Super hard! Share this with your friends too, and watch some other videos as well. Bye-bye!